Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
Hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be. RALPH.
He.
Welcome to episode, let me try it again. Welcome to episode 206 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Brady and Todd are in the house.
And Savannah's already here. Hello, Savannah.
As always, check in, chime in, let us know that you're here or not. I guess it's your choice, but always like to know who's on the receiving end of this tomfoolery nonsense that we're about ready to do. So,
Yes,
Eric.
tomfoolery indeed.
yes.
Gray Norse hat, black Norse hat. Gray Norse hat, black Norse hat.
Black.
Both Norse hats.
Chuck Norris hat.
I know what I'll do.
Black. Only NKU alum are allowed to chime in on that.
Here's what I will do. I will wear the gray for the first half and the black for the second half. That's right. Only Eric's allowed to chime in on that.
Right. Welcome. Have several people in the room.
Gary.
Gary's with us.
Hello.
This is the historian, Amish Todd. Are you Amish Todd?
Is that
Because there was no power last night.
power?
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah. Are you?
And Taylor Swift is with us.
How about that?
Congratulations.
Thank you, Gary. I used the thing to shut down some of the brightness. Gary noticed it. These fools were saying they didn't notice a difference.
Well, you said you're looking kind of dark.
Right, it's darker in here because the thing turns it from a bright to a dark.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Gary. That's what I was after.
All right.
Little
Well,
mood
There
lighting.
you go.
well, you found it. Good
Right.
for you. I like that for you. All right. Taylor Swiftable. Taylor Swift 13able.
Swiftable.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going by a pseudonym, or is that really Taylor Swift? Freshly married.
I hope it's not, or I might be in trouble later.
Is that right? Okay. Before we move forward, and while I'm thinking of it, I think we've had I don't know what the right word is, a shift in our Instagram account that I don't think people knew about. One of our Instagram accounts went haywire, so I had to create another one, and I think a lot of people are on the old one, but not the new one. So we put up an Instagram. I don't know what they call them on Instagrams. I know they call them Reels on Facebook. I don't know if they call them Reels on Instagram or whatever it is.
I think they're
Rams.
reels. They're reels on there too.
Okay. Well, at any rate, the reel was on the new Instagram account. So if you are wanting to find us with the new account, it is PIBE podcast. I think the old one was play_by_blah, blah, blah. So this one's PIBE podcast. So if you search that out on Instagrams, you should be able to find us and follow us there, because the current page only has like 16 followers. And I think the old page had close to 100. So if you'd like, please do that for us.
I would like to address something the historian just said, where he said, better to be dark than gossamer red like I was a couple weeks ago. It just happens to be laying here. This is where I was gossamer red. I had a broken light bulb in my face illumination, so I had to grab one of these vintage-looking decor things, and that's what turned me ruddy.
That should make you more yellowish. Those
You
are
would
those
think,
old
man.
fashioned.
You would think, but it made me look like I'd worn Crisco to the Caribbean.
Brady, did you get your hairs cut?
I did.
Nice, looking good. Got your ears
Thank you.
lowered.
Get my ears lowered.
Trips to sports clips.
Sports.
Sports clips.
Make sure to enunciate there.
There.
Celia, are you
Abs-
still having problems with anybody else on the Facebook feed having issues? You can see if it's a Facebook issue or a Celia issue.
Is someone having issues?
So you said something's wrong with the feed, like a broken record.
Hmm.
You mean it? Do you mean it's like repeating itself?
Or is it just fuzzy and jerky? But well, let's see. Oh, it's fine now. It's fine now. Good. Good. So I'll do Eric's job here, because I never get to do it. Don't forget to check out those things above Todd and Eric's head, and slightly to my, I guess would be my right on the screen, my left, however that works. So was it YouTube, Spotify,
Spotify.
iHeartRadio? I can't say this when
Is
you
that
have
Twitch.
Twitch.
the YouTubes.
The Apple
Twitters.
Podcast is one in the middle.
Right. That's Apple. Don't forget Rumble.
X, Rumble.
Rumble. We have a couple others. I don't have the icons on there, but there's
Yeah.
Kick,
Kick.
Kick, which is kind of a Twitch clone.
Mm.
And then there's Trovo, Trovo, which is also kind of a Twitch clone. So they're all kind of video game sort of related platforms, but I figure why not spread our nonsense as far and wide as we can. So we're on
Or
all
as
these
wide as we
things.
can.
Like manure.
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 All right. Yeah. So find us on all those platforms there. And I hope all of you liked our reel. I mentioned our reel. It got a lot of views I shared it on my personal page first, and it got like 500 views in 2 hours. I don't think it's got as many on the podcast page, but if you'd like to check that out, it's a interesting piece of episode 205 when we were talking about the cereals. So got another one to put up there too. So
All right.
anyway, Brady will go first. He's been waiting in bated anticipation for this particular topic that came inside his cranium a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, it's one of those shower thoughts, I just popped in, and I'll try not to mince words here. We have made references, and I know my friends, all here, our podcast hosts and our group of friends, we always loved us some Scooby-Doo, but there was one era of Scooby-Doo, besides Scrappy, that always kind of got our ire up, and it was the Scooby-Doo movies. Not the cinematic movies, but the Saturday morning cartoon called the Scooby-Doo movies, which always featured an obscure, yeah,
Called the Scoobies.
the Scoobies,
Scoobies.
Or the Scooby-Doobies.
yes,
Or the Skaboovies. I'm out. That's it.
Scoobidio. But there was always these obscure pop culture icons from that era of the 70s that ended up like Sandy Duncan, Phyllis Diller, Dick effing Van Dyke.
So I guess the whole thing with these individuals, and maybe you're not of an age to know of these individuals.
Yeah.
I'm sure people know Dick Van Dyke. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
Sandy Duncan and Phyllis Diller.
Jonathan Winters was one.
I had
Yeah.
no idea Sandy Duncan had a career before the Hogan family.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know
it's on the map.
I know now, but I'm saying at the time when the Hogan family was going on, all I knew is she was a poor man's Valerie.
Exactly. She was
Yeah.
a scab. She was a Valerie scab.
But yeah, there was like the Three Stooges, Batman and Robin, the Harlem Globetrotters. There was these weird
Don Knotts, wasn't he on there?
Don Knotts.
Absolutely.
So I guess the thing is, like, Batman and Robin would be useful
Yeah.
in a ghost hunting situation.
Absolutely.
Sandy Duncan is not useful.
Unless you wanted Triscuits.
Yes. And plus, she had a glass eye.
I was gonna say,
she was working with one eye.
The ghost would have had to be coming from a certain direction for her to even.
Ooh,
Indeed. So
indeed.
I know I'm not what that. I wasn't saying that as a slight.
I know.
no,
personal,
it's
like-
just facts.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say Batman and Robin Batman and Robin would be good for once you found the ghost. I don't know if they would be good for hunting the ghost, would they?
I'm sure he has something on his utility belt for it. I mean, he had shark repellent and bat nose plugs. So why not have like a bat paranormal detector?
All right, so down a rabbit hole now.
Oh,
before
no.
we can get into that, did Batman have different utility belts based upon the environment he was going to be in? So he wouldn't need the shark repellent, obviously, unless he were around the ocean.
I'd say it is one of those things that assumed he would pack. There's probably his utility belt, and then he has specialized ones, like if he was going to be in the ocean or hiking up the mountains or being tempted by a villainess with
The fruit of
a mind
another.
control perfume. But
So if you're just roaming around Gotham City on an average day, you have your basic utility belt.
yeah, I'd say.
Well,
So-
I mean, I see. I look at it as just like a carpenter. A carpenter only has one tool belt, probably. I'm guessing, but I'm guessing they mix and match
Specialize.
based on that job.
Are they building a pole barn or are they building a house
Right.
or a garage? Who knows?
Right.
So
Yeah.
anyway, so
Say you said that Sandy Duncan was Peter Pan. I think she was Peter
That
Pan.
that was her first career.
oh really interesting.
Peter Pan.
Didn't know that.
Peter Pan, peanut butter.
peanut butter, and then but anyway, what I have done with this topic is I think the Scooby-Doo movies needed a modern treatment. So what I did when I compiled these lists, I thought of guests that would hit some of those same obscure pop culture references. I did go back to the 70s for one or two, some of the 80s, some modern ones, but they all have a reason. Some of them I have storylines for even. And the very last one is going to be a very special one. So I want all of our listeners to hold on to it for. But I'll start us off easy. Eric, if you will. So the first one,
If you will.
if you will, is Sydney Sweeney. Now,
Which I think Jim and I did a very bad characterization of Sydney Sweeney there.
yeah, they did. Now, once again, there was a smidge. AI was not used in the creativity portion. It just helped me make the animated people to stick in the spotlight. So, but Sydney Sweeney, she's got pop culture cachet. She's one of the most popular, beautiful actresses. But the episode writes itself. So she's getting ready to do a fashion show, and it's the Phantom of the Fashion Show, and to keep her from modeling her jeans. And with Scooby's help and the gang, at the big unmasking at the end, they'll find out. And who was it? And of course, the villain's going to be Joy Behar. So that episode writes itself.
Yeah, I haven't jumped on the Sydney Sweeney wagon. I couldn't name one
Yeah.
show. I couldn't name one show, movie, anything that she's done.
Yeah, well, and previously I couldn't name Sandy Duncan, but she's in the, like I said, the zeitgeist. Of the moment.
Yes, I have no doubt. Yes, I know how popular she is.
Yes. So that seems to be a legitimate for the Scooby-Doo. Now, Eric, if you could go into the second one, this one's a personal choice because I think he would absolutely be hilarious in this role with Scooby and the gang, and that's Jason Lee.
Yeah, this one's
From-
he's been gone a while.
He has been out of the limelight, got away from Hollywood, went back to his first love of back into the skateboarding industry, I think. But Mallrats, My Name is Earl. He's funny, it's witty, and I could see him solving mysteries with pithy one-liners with the gang. And I just think his voice fits. I think it'd be pretty darn funny. Who would
Just
not be down with Jason Lee in a Scooby-Doo movie?
There's got to be some chocolate covered pretzels in that episode.
There has to be. He could sting palm the bad guys.
Yes.
I was very upset. Upset's a strong word. I would have liked to seen him play Fletch because I knew that was on the books somewhere.
Yeah, it was.
Did that
Yeah.
never happen?
It
No.
never did happen.
Kevin Smith bought the rights to the movies, the cinematic rights, and he tried, but just never got off the ground. And John Hamm did a really good job.
He did do a good job.
Yeah, it was good, but I think Jason Lee was made to play Fletch.
Hang on a minute. His name's not John Hamm.
It's Ham.
Is it
It's
Ham?
I don't think it's Ham. Yes, that sounded uppity. John Hamm.
Jean.
Yes.
Jean Cloud Van Damme.
I think
But,
based on what he's known for, I think John Hamm is a good nickname.
Yeah. Oh man.
Or John Maloney, maybe.
I did not know that. All right.
All right, a couple comments first.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, historian. Stay tuned. That's all I'll say to that.
That's all I'll say.
If he's in here, okay. Well,
Okay.
I just want to say that I have no idea who are in these.
Yep,
Celia's calling you out, Todd.
How can you not? You should be happy that I don't know. These cities. And I've mentioned this before. I've had too many people tell me how my daughter resembles Sydney Sweeney on the same token, talk about how hot she is. So that bothers me a little bit.
Yeah. You get a pass on that one.
Yeah.
Gary, kind of with you, Todd. First thing he can name is the new Scooby-Doo movies that she might be in. And I'm the same way. I don't know exactly what she's been in. I know she's an actress, but I thought maybe she was just famous for being famous. One of those people.
No. She's a legit.
No, I don't think she's like a Kardashian type. Who's the other? There's two blondes that are always the top of conversation now. Sydney Sweeney, and who's the one that's more of a singer? Carpenter. Is it a Carpenter? Is there a
Karen?
No, I don't think it's Karen.
Richard?
Is there a Carpenter that's crap? Say ya if you're out there.
All right.
Jim Heron is with us.
Jaime's in the house. Mr.
Hello.
Heron. Okay, this next one, Todd, you will definitely be happy with. I rest his soul. What an awesome guest for the Scooby-Doo movies than Mitch Hedberg.
Yes, sir.
The gang. I think there is a ghost in this van. Please hand me the Scooby snacks.
Yeah, I don't think he'd get much done other than getting stoned with Shaggy.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, he
absolutely.
could be Shaggy. He should be Shaggy in the movies.
Yeah. I just saw one of his quotes the other day. It makes me laugh. I really like rice when I want to eat 2,000 of something.
Yeah,
But-
Sabrina Carpenter. See, that's who I'm
Sabrina
thinking.
Carpenter. Yeah.
I also couldn't name you a Sabrina Carpenter song, but I know she's a popular.
Yeah.
She a country singer?
Mm-mm.
She might be country.
I think she's a promiscuous pop singer.
Oh.
Ew.
Would that be the correct
Oh
term?
my.
Okay. So before we move on, again, another rabbit hole here, although it is on par with the topic. Are there any current Scooby-Doo iterations out there?
I don't believe so. The last my son Ridge had a DVD and it was the WWE stars. I think it was a Scooby-Doo mystery on the way to WrestleMania. And and I watched that. The only problem, the animation was just a little bit too crisp and modern and lost some of that Hanna-Barbera, awesomeness, but it was entertaining. I'm sure the historian has seen it. I would guess.
So I guess my underlying question here is, considering the day and age we are in now, would Shaggy be openly partaking of the herb in the cartoon?
That is a great question because it was a poorly masked thing back in the day. I mean, because they, the joke is they always did have the munchies.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was hungry enough. He was eating dog snacks all the time. So
But
Did the others ever eat the dog snacks?
no, I don't. Not that I'm.
were they
remember.
dog snacks? I mean,
Yeah,
I
they
know that they bribed Scoob, but I also I used to, we bribed my Labrador Retriever growing up with Oreos. So maybe it's just a
Oreos?
human Oreos, and maybe it was just a human snack that the dog happened to really like.
But I don't know what I mean. They were just little brown like like squaws. I don't know what kind of human snack they would have been.
True story. There
Fig
are
Newton?
Scoobies. Sorry, Todd. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know what the snack would have represented if it were people food.
Yeah.
Because they were made to look like dog treats.
So there is a graham cracker Scooby snack, and there is also a Milk-Bone dog treat Scooby
Right.
snack. Please
Right.
be careful when they're in your pantry. It didn't go in my mount, but it got close.
Moot.
Oh, sorry, real quick. I just thought, is it okay for a humble brag here?
Sure.
Sure.
The historian is on here. Thank you so much for the kind words about last week's episode.
Oh, yeah.
According to the historian, and he's called the historian for a reason, folks. If you're tuned in on Facebook or YouTube or listening to this later, the historian, Brady, you want to share?
Yes, the historian Chris Devilbliss, he got to listening to our podcast. He's a former student of mine. And is that Bree?
Is it Bree? It's Brypo.
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 Did she change her handle? But the historian got to listening to our podcast in bulk when he was working, and just list to all of them in bulk. And he got to be our resident historian because he knows more about it than we do.
Right.
He could tell you the episode, the time frame, and it's quite amazing. So that's why he is the historian, because whenever we have a question about the podcast, we ask him. And that is the truth.
Well, and he's younger, so
yes,
he's
Has a
gonna
better
have
memory.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what I was getting at though was the praise he gave last week's episode.
Yeah, he said it was one of the top 3. We appreciate that.
That's what I was getting at. Yes, the top. He deems last week's episode a top 3 episode. Historian, is that since the beginning? Since the COVID days?
Since the cover.
We should put all those old episodes out on a special and call them the COVID tapes.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
That sounds important.
And Bree, I'm sorry about the starting times. We're on summer hours now. We try to start at 8.
Yeah, and we've been trying to get back to every Monday, but I didn't have any power last night.
Yeah.
I was powerless.
All right. You ready for the next one?
I am.
So, but before you go on here, this website talks about what is in Scooby snacks.
Uh-huh.
Curiosity is always surrounded the actual contents of a Scooby snack. Moreover, is it a mere dog treat or does it hold some magical allure? According to this, series suggests Mystery Munchies, a dog, primarily uses Mystery Munchies, but Shaggy also enjoys them, indicating they may be edible for humans. Various episodes hint at the snacks having a range of flavors from traditional dog biscuit tastes to more exotic varieties.
So what is traditional dog biscuit flavoring?
Some kind of meat smack.
Meat? Fist?
Yeah, something like that. Yes, I would say something kibbly.
That's what I assumed they were
entrails.
Yeah. I've never been one to eat a dog like for a dare or accidentally, anything like that. Our next live podcast, we should eat some dog treats. Or
who's this we?
Or see if we can pick out a dog treat versus some other bland human treat.
Well, this begs the question, not to go down the rabbit hole, but like whenever they have the dog food commercials, they're going with new and improved taste. Well, how do they know that? Like, did the dog say, "Yeah, that's better"?
These are animals that lick their butts. I mean, how important is taste to them?
But do they lick their butts more with the new improved tasting?
They won't do that.
All kinds of crazy. Say that's exactly right. Our dog eats better than we do. Our dog's homemade food.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's pretty pathetic.
Mine eat Purina One, venison and wild something. I forget what all's in it, but
elk.
I don't think
emu.
It's elk. Wildebeest. All right. So, Todd, you kind of, since we're on this, what you mentioned about Mitch Hedberg is exactly why I chose the next guest. Who better to celebrate Shaggy's love of the herb, or alleged love of the herb, than Eric Willie Nelson?
Willie Nelson. Willie's Nelson.
Willie's Nelson. So it's a much younger picture of Willie Nelson there.
Yeah.
That's when he was the redheaded stranger. He hasn't seen that shade of hair in 53 years.
That is true. But since he was always thinking about the new steak burrito at Taco Bell, and
so why didn't he go? If he was the redheaded stranger, why is he not the silver stranded stranger now? That would be a perfect nickname for him to have eased into in his older years.
Maybe you should suggest it to him.
Yes. But he could sing "On the Road" again as they're going down the highway in the Mystery Machine. I could just totally see this working.
Yeah.
All right. Now the next one doesn't really. This goes back to the Paul Lynde and Jonathan Winters. Why not Norman Fell, Mr. Roper for Three's Company?
I'm out on this one.
Well, everybody is.
I have no idea who that is.
Mr. Roper.
Mr.
I'm still pretty. It's pretty old for me.
Yeah, but hey, he would not exactly be a good choice, but neither was Jonathan Winters or Don Knotts. And if Don Knotts got one, and Mr. Furley got one, Mr. Roper's got one.
Don Knotts is way more recognizable than Norman.
Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying.
At least from my time on.
Oh, it's just one of those things that he's obscure and weird enough that, like Phyllis Diller was on there. Why not Norman Fell? He was left behind.
Dillis Filler. Wasn't Phyllis Diller in Hollywood Squares? Wasn't she a regular squaw in Hollywood Squaws?
Well, yeah, and actually a lot of the Scooby movie people were Hollywood Squares.
I think Paul Lynde was the only regular.
Yeah.
Everyone else rotated.
Was Shadow Stevens ever on Scooby-Doo?
Now, he would have been past that date of the Scooby movies.
But, well, I mean, Shadow Stevens could be on it from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Didn't Shadow spell his name Shadoe?
He did.
Shadoo.
Wow. Shadoo Stevens.
But
thank you, Chris. He has a little explanation here of last week's episode.
About the Choco Crunch. You guys have got to check that out. It's pretty epic.
Those of you listening, Chris says, for sure, last week's episode was an absolute blast for not only the listeners, but it seemed the host felt the same way as well. Todd rarely gets broken, but he was wrecked by the Choco Donuts. I was indeed broken, yes.
Well, and if you want to see it, check out the reel or the video short on YouTube. I think probably the funniest part for me is when Todd tries to read the description for the third time and gets choked up saying chocolate rapids or chocolate waterfall or whatever it was.
Sprinkle Falls.
It was Sprinkle Falls and chocolate rapids, wasn't it?
Right. It was I forget what it was now, but I'm sure the historian will correct us.
And Bree, don't worry if you. I know Norman Fell was a deep dive. That was kind of part up for Eric just because it's ridiculous and silly. So, but you will get this one, Bree. You will get this next reference, and this is right for Todd too.
We had Sydney Sweeney on there earlier, Bree.
Yeah.
Well, no. Here you go, Todd. TV's Topanga.
Here we go. It's the first one I'm interested in.
So, Todd's celebrity crush, but and why not? She was in Boy Meets World. Why not help the gang solve something? So it's TV's Topanga. So there you go, sir. You happy with that one?
I am. I'm very happy with that one.
So would it just be TV's Topanga, or would Ben, what's his name, be on there too?
Ben Savage.
No. Ben Savage is proven to be a weenie. You know what I mean? Like he seems like an ass. Like he won't do any of the podcasts or any like.
Also, he's disavowed Boy Meets World.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, what other thing has he done in his life besides be Fred Savage's little brother?
Yeah,
he's
never
probably behind the camera or something.
He'll never be Fred Savage.
Okay.
You hear me out there? You hear me out there, Mr. Savage? Bring it.
Bring it. It has been brought in.
That's a good one by the historian
Oh,
Richard Mole.
yeah.
Bull
From
Shannon.
Knight's Court. From Knight's Court. All right. I got it on this next one, guys. When the idea hit me, I was giggling so hard that I had a hard time typing it down. So here we go.
Real quick.
Oh.
Was Topanga the first one who was worthy of a TVs?
Well, we stole TVs from Mystery Science Theater because there was
TV's
TVs Frank.
Right.
And
But
then
I'm
there was
saying-
also on South Park there was TV's Patrick Duffy.
But I think the alliteration helps with Topanga. TV's
Yeah.
Topanga. It just sticks. And you wouldn't say like comedies Mitch Hedberg or cinemas Sydney Sweeney. Oh, that would be alliteration.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Slim Whitman. Anybody, any Gen Xer that had to sit through the the commercial compilations of the greatest hits of the greatest selling recording artist that sold more than the Beatles. But Slim Whitman, the singing cowboy, who was really big in Germany. I mean, he really did sell millions in Europe. But the greatest thing, here is my script for this one. So there is a haunted like country hall, like think of the Grand Ole Opry, and they're scaring away the performers and everything. But do you know how the Scooby-Doo always had that ooh yeah sound in the background?
Mm-hmm.
So not only do they catch the villain, but when they remove the mask, it's Zamfir, and it was Zamfir doing the music the whole time. The master of the pan flute.
This is another where I'm
Nice.
lost though. I've heard of Slim Whitman, but is he related to Walt Whitman?
They're probably about the
Maybe
same
somewhere
age,
down the line.
but
You gotta look it up and see if they're related.
So Slim Whitman, and I'll read you part of his Wikipedia
I'm on there.
description. American country singer and guitarist known for his yodeling abilities and use of falsetto. I mean, two very key talents to have in 1940s country music.
His real name is Otis Dewey Whitman.
See why he went by Slim.
Right. Well, and I've never seen Otis spelled with two T's. It would be more like Otis. Is it Otis Dewey?
Soon after being signed in the 1950s, Whitman toured with Elvis Presley.
Get out of town.
How about that?
He married Alma Geraldine Christ. That's an interesting last name. Well, maybe Christ. Either way.
Was their son Jesus?
I don't see any Walt Whitman connections.
Oh. Oh man.
Nicely done. Slim, early in his career, performed with bands such as the Variety Rhythm Boys and the Light Crust Doughboys.
Get out of here.
He was briefly nicknamed the Smiling Starduster.
Better than the
Chris.
scowling crop duster.
Right.
Hey, no one scowls when they crop
The chocolate starfisher.
Ain't no one scowling when they're crop dusting. No, that's a smile situation if there ever was one.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's,
We'll have to come back and get some of these suggestions from the audience.
yes, we will.
After we get through this.
Okay. The next one,
Hang tight,
speaking of the
audience.
gangs. Oh,
We'll be back
what?
for your suggestions. I was just letting them know
Yes.
we'll be back for their
Yeah,
suggestions.
throw your suggestions out there. We'll get to audience suggestions here shortly.
The next one, because Scooby and Snaggy are always hungry.
Scooby
Why
and
not the
Snaggy.
Phantom? Why not the Beast of the Boardwalk that's trying to ruin the competitive eating competition and mess with the championship tactics of one Joey Chestnut, the famous competitive eater?
So,
s-
but would he eat all the Scooby snacks?
he
I was going to
might.
say,
He could eat
would
'em
it be
fast.
a competition eating Scooby snacks?
Yeah, I mean, you've all seen Scooby like unhinge his lower jowl and eat it like a 3-foot high sandwich.
I like the way in that picture that Scooby's looking at that hot dog. Look at that.
Daisy Doo wishes he looks at her like he looks at that hot dog.
He's definitely a meat gazer.
Oh man, Joey Chestnut looks angry in that picture, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Joey Chestnut is, I mean, if you think about it, how many people can you name? I mean, I get it. It's an eating contest. But how many people can you name at the top of their game for as long and as dominant as he is?
yeah,
You can't.
which gets me to thinking that he has some kind of biological advantage, like his pyloric sphincter that opens up into his stomach. He could just, get it
What?
gaping and everything just drops down. I don't know how he does it.
Well, there's got to be a lot of things at work there. Like these people are never fat. They must have
Well,
just
some of them are.
outstanding metabolism.
Some of them are, but they're not the good ones. You know what I mean? Like the ones
Right.
who are.
I know that the ones who are great are not fat.
I'm not being crass. This is a legitimate question. Do they purge? Do they vomit after these competitive eating? Like where they really don't digest it? They just after they get them all down, they go off stage and yak in a bucket or something.
I would not want to hang out with Joey Chestnut for the first 48
No,
hours.
not that old chestnut.
I mean, think about it. I cannot think of anyone. Michael Jordan is not on that level.
Yeah.
None of the. I mean, I can't think of any athlete at the level that Joey Chestnut is. But we've talked about this. The reason I couldn't do that is I can't even watch it because they dip the shit in water.
Oh yeah, the wet food. The wet food.
I mean, if they just ate the hot dogs dry and just as is, right off the tape, like I could watch it, but don't be dipping that in water. I mean, oh God. Could you imagine what those buckets of water smell like when they're doing that?
Oh.
Talk about graham crackers and day old funk. Gosh.
Man.
So Joey Chestnut, his full list of eating records. Okay.
Yeah.
30 minutes, 182 long form chicken wings, 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes, which was in 2021.
What is a long form chicken wing?
I believe they would be bone in. I that's what my assumption would be there. Let's see what else. We've got 45 pulled pork sandwiches in 10 minutes.
It's a lot of pulled porpoise.
53 soft beef tacos from Taco Bell in 10 minutes.
Gosh.
23 meat pies in 10 minutes.
More pies.
Well,
Like what?
boy, you want to pick a time to not be around this guy. Listen to this. 8 minutes, 141 hard-boiled eggs.
Oh wow.
God.
Oh. And then there are many here. but,
8 minutes of that turns into 8 days of pure hell. I guarantee you that. Now the only one I would even be interested in trying to compete is the deviled egg. I mean, I couldn't eat that, but I think I told you my record is like 13 deviled eggs when I was an early teenager.
over what period of time?
I mean, it wasn't like any contest, but I mean, it was within one setting.
How about 81 Eggo waffles in 8 minutes?
No. Man, I could do some damage to some Eggos, but I think I'd be dead after 5 or 6.
Man.
14 pounds of bologna slices in 8 minutes.
Gosh.
Oh, man.
Uh,
That's just incredible. All right. You ready
So-
for the next?
so he just won his 18th, by the way, mustard belt, which is the reward.
Well,
award
what was it this time? How many did he eat?
I'm not sure.
So, James, are you saying you watched a friend of yours drink 20 beers, or a friend of yours watched Joey Chestnut drink 20 beers.
That's why I took it. A friend of his watched Joey Chestnut drink 20 beers.
See, there's got to be a trick to this. He either barfs about like maybe his I don't know. Man, I don't. Oh!
I dropped my cup.
Gotta love that sound in a classroom.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That gives me a heart
my
attack.
nerves are flayed. Frayed.
Yeah.
Is it frayed or flayed?
Afraid.
afraid.
Or filleted? How's that?
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yep.
This one doesn't need much. You just know it'd be entertaining. Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, and Wee Man, the cast of Jackass on
Wee Man.
Scooby-Doo.
Weeman.
Weeman. I don't. Weeman is a little. There would just be a lot of hysterical. You know, you don't even really need to write much of a script. Just if you needed somebody to throw themselves into a pit of mouse traps, Steve-O is your guy to help you solve the mystery.
Indeed.
By the way, I felt confident of my word. I was correct. To strip off the skin or outer covering of flayed.
Oh. Well, we stand
Aha!
corrected. Aha!
You should. Yes. I think either one would work, actually.
Yeah, afraid would work as well.
Afraid like a knot. I'm afraid not. Get it?
Okay. The next one is for our music fans out there. And Todd, there's a specific reason I picked this one. So the next one will be Yngwie Malmsteen. Because I could see him doing his high kicks to kick the ghouls and the ghosts, and then he would melt their face with his ultra fast guitar licks.
Yeah. and being an ass to all the ghosts.
Yeah. He's known for not being a nice man, but he could play some amazingly fast guitar, but he always does these very theatrical leg kicks, and I could just see him kicking his way through the, just giving them constant kicks and swinging his guitar where he could do one of those round where he pushes it down and it does a 360 and like decapitating them and things like that. But yes, so there you go. If you're not familiar with his work, he is an amazing guitar player. Look him up on YouTube. But what is Celia?
Richard can eat some steak now. You don't ever see him doing like steak. I think the hot dogs work because I think they swallow them whole.
Yeah.
They're perfectly shaped. And then again, all you got is that pesky bread that you just wet down. Yeah.
Steak eating, all I could think of is that scene from The Great Outdoors where John Candy has to eat that 5-pound steak and he gets the meal free and there's like, you're not done. Well, what do you mean? And there's like just a glob of gristle and fat left and he has to eat it too.
So
That's why I know steak.
So I guess the water for the bread is because you're eating so much you can't produce the saliva required to eat the bread. Is that
Seems
what
like
that
olive oil
is
would help
about?
it slide on down.
Well, they drink something. They drink too, don't they? They have a drink there, but there's that separate from the water from the dipping bowl.
Oh, ugh. I'd throw up if I had to drink the water I was dipping the bread in.
Yeah, Todd's getting white. He's blanching as we speak.
That literally that gets me. I mean, that literally makes the back of my neck tweak.
Oh, he's getting uncomfortable. All right.
Good question. Say he has a question for
what?
you too.
We're teachers. When Jackass was having its payday, what did you call it in the classroom when students would? I don't think I usually said, well, let's not talk about that here, but maybe Jackanus.
Jackanus.
Jackanus. Jack Mule. Donkey.
I don't know if I ever recall having a conversation about Jackass in that forum.
Yeah, I don't know. My students are pretty comfortable, but that's probably just one of those conversations that.
Well, she was teaching middle school too, and that's a whole different thing. Guess you were too, Brady. I mean,
yeah, at that point. So when that came out, I would have been. Nah, I had elementary kids when it came out. I teach middle school now, but with the new movie out, maybe it'll get back into conversations.
Let's hope they don't want to talk to you about that opening scene in the last Jackass.
Nothing
freaking-
like sitting there with
yeah,
your dear
Rod,
friend's 15, 16-year-old son.
yes, and Rodzilla is on the screen.
Don't look that one up, or be careful looking
Yes.
it up. So the next episode is going to be the shortest one. It's going to last 30 seconds. And I'll tell you what the plot is. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, where Scooby and the gang push them into a box. They're mailed to some place like Pitcairn Island, never seen again. On to the next, because nobody cares. Go on.
Could anybody care less about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift?
That is why it's a 30-second episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville. See, Brady, I was going to say, you're asking Brady to say something about 20. He can't remember 20 years ago, but the historian who was in his class. couldn't
Johnny
remember it.
Knoxville and his boys.
And his gang. No, seriously, think about that. What a good Scooby-Doo episode that would be. That really has some promise, especially if it was on Adult Swim or something. But
So Brady, why did Gemini make all these people holding sandwiches?
well, that is a great question. But I could hear the dialogue. You guys got a Scooby snack? You'd be like cooler if you did. But or like that's what I like about sandwiches. The older you get, they stay the same. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I don't know. Just Matthew McConaughey's voice. He's laid back. I could see him traveling with Scooby and the gang.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good guest right there.
I think that would be a solid guest. This next one, and my mother is in the audience. I included this one for her. This goes back to the 70s. So yes, I included this one with her in mind. John Davidson. He was a variety TV show person. He was one of those guys that was kind of famous in making the 70s scene. And my mom was quite a fan. I think she thought he was dreamy.
Performed the night the Beverly Hills Supper Club burned down.
Yes. Yes.
Also, back to everything comes back around. Host of the Hollywood Squares for a bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I belong to actually, I don't know if I belong to it, but I see these posts from this Facebook group about the Beverly Hills Supper Club. It's fascinating. Fascinating stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of people. And then what's really fascinating to me is the comments of people that their parents were there the night before and things like that were interesting. But and there's a couple books out that I'd like to read about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, the cover up, it was most certainly arson. Now, the official cause was electrical, but
Aluminum wiring.
yeah, there's a lot of belief out there that it was arson and that the place was bulldozed under pretty quickly, and there was a lot of things going on there that people feel was covered up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's. Did you just say this? I was looking at a text. Did you say? I mean, there's rumors of like mob related.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was kind of the final days of the mob being a real big part of Newport in that area.
Newport was like a mini Vegas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was Vegas before Vegas.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Next one. The guys from Super Troopers. Just because I wanted for this line, they will pull over the mystery machine and they would say, "We got you guys for littering and Scooby Doo, smoking the reefer." And that is why that would be a good Scooby movie.
So why is Officer Farva put out there by himself?
That's a good question. My artificial help was being a little bit difficult with this one, so they weren't including him at all. But he is holding his liter of cola.
Yep.
All right, and I think okay, this next one will just take 15 seconds. I threw this in there for Eric and somewhat Todd, so go for it. Charles Nelson Riley.
And his big glasses.
Yes. So, speaking of Hollywood Squares and game shows, he's got to be on there. And I got to prime the pump here. Historian, are you watching? I need to know that you're still in the house. Because if he is, Eric,
Yes.
next.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Chris the Historian, Devil Bliss. Now, this one gets a script, all right? So, at the Podcasters Convention, we're being chased around by ghouls and kidnapped. And then the historian comes in and saves the day. And then he reveals the villain. Eric, next one. And it's
Richard
Richard
Marx.
Ah, Dickie Marks. Gosh. What a
I don't think
coward.
Gemini did very good with him either.
Coward, Richard Marks. Coward.
Coward.
yes.
It's if anybody is new, I'll give it real quick because I always thought about like you hear me ripping on Richard Marx and I had a lot of great songs, but maybe you don't know why, and I'll explain. I'll explain why. And it gets into politics, but I'm not. There's no choosing sides here. We're not gonna get political. We don't do that on here. But I had just spent, I don't know, $300 on tickets for my family to go see Pat Benatar and Richard Marx. And on Twitter, which he's very opinionated on Twitter, not as much lately, but during this time, he definitely was. And of course, anyone who ever stepped up to challenge him, he had his minions, you know. The only people he would argue with were other famous people, semi-famous people, or whatever that would. But anyway, he made a comment that basically said, if you vote for whoever the person that I don't like, I don't want you at my concerts. That's maybe not verbatim. It was something like that. And I just thought that was the absolute. Now, granted, that's the attitude of a lot of them. Clearly that's the attitude a lot of them have.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was shitty of him. And I called him out on it and I wanted to debate him on it and he would not debate me. So therefore he's a coward.
You don't mean nothing,
He's
Todd.
a coward.
You
What a
know?
piece of crap thing to say, Richard Marx.
Especially after you drop $300.
So I haven't listened to a Richard Marx song since.
Nice one, Celia. She said
Well,
when
he-
they take the mask off, he'll sing, "Wherever you go, whatever you do, I'll be right here waiting for you, you meddling kids."
Not only that, but you can't trust Richard Marx. He doesn't know. He swears he left her by the river. I mean, he doesn't know. I mean, he's got that whole hazard thing going on. Was it that Richard
Yeah.
Marx?
But here we are talking about him on these endless summer nights.
Ah. All right. So should we go back to some of the
The audience
suggestions on
suggestions.
yeah.
Let's
So
see.
we had the historians, Richard Mole, Bull on Night Court. So these people, these actors, they were always as themselves. They were never in as a character.
Yes.
And the thing about it is, a lot of these people would have been much more helpful in their characters than they would have been just as themselves. You
Yeah.
mentioned Paul Lynde earlier. Was Paul Lynde one of those people that was on Scooby Doo?
I'm pretty sure he was. I'll look it up while you're talking.
All right. So Celia said she would have liked to have seen Juice Newton on Scooby Doo. Love's been a little bit hard on me.
You know, just call me Angel of the morning.
There you go.
She is the Queen of Hearts.
Everybody loves Weiss Newton.
I do like Weiss Newton.
I do too. What I'm trying to think if I had a crush on her back in the day. Can you pull up a picture of Weiss Newton from back in the maybe 70s and 80s?
I can do that. Ooh, there's a good one.
But, Todd, while he's looking for, I don't mean to tell the historian's story, but is this easier for me to do on microphone? But Do you realize that he actually tried to get Richard Marks to patch into our podcast?
I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah, and his
yeah.
people said no, he's not interested. And then when he asked, and Chris, I'm gonna go ahead and tell him you could give the whole rundown sometime. But he said, "Well, what about Daisy?" And they hung up on him. He's married to
See?
Daisy Fuentes.
Cowards. He's a coward. His people are cowards.
Juice Newton looks a little bit like Reba.
That is Reba. The far right is Reba.
Oh, okay.
Bottom right is Reba.
Yeah, Juice is the big picture there. She's pretty
Yeah.
hot.
That's like what year is that? What circa?
Yeah, that looks older. So, like late 70s, early 80s.
I would
Juice
say that's
Newton.
early 80s Juice Newton right there.
Yeah.
Really? The picture
I-
doesn't look like the picture. I can see her maybe, but the picture looks like a more modern.
Yeah, it does. I think that Eric, that third one from the right, if you go, I think that would be the best representation of Juice Newton.
She, definitely a pretty lady, but I will say a little bit of
Hippie vibe.
no, I was thinking Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, but
Oh
I can see that.
it's
He'll
like a
fucking
hot
kick
Dave
your
Mustaine.
butt.
It's a hot Dave Mustaine. Plus, I get Juice Newton and Janie Fricky. Can you look up Janie Fricky? Janie freaking Fricky.
You freaking
we're-
kidding me?
You freaking Fricky.
We're going through all the 70s country artists here, aren't we?
Oh
Females.
gosh. I bet Juice Newton would smell a little bit like citrus and patchouli. She would have that perfume on. I don't know why.
Are we doing a Fricky back in the day here? Is that what we're doing? I don't know how you're confusing Janie Fricky.
I don't know that I should be confusing them.
I always don't laugh at me, but sometimes I get Juice Newton and Sissy Spacek.
Right. Janie Fricky looks nothing like Juice Newton, but I don't. What does Janie Fricky sing? I'm gonna have to look that.
I don't. You're barking up the wrong tree on this
What was
one.
her big song?
She was one of the
Janie?
country queens of the 1980s.
Janie freaking Fricky.
Which is why I know nothing about her.
Okay, here we go. Country queens of the 80s. Of course, Dolly, Reber, Emmylou Harris,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Roseanne Cash, Loretta's Lynn, Barbara Mandrells,
Oh yeah.
Barbara's Mandrells, Tanya Tucker,
Oh, Terry Gibb.
Patty
So-
Loveless.
Weiss Newton had Angel of the Morning,
Yeah,
Queen of Hearts,
yeah.
Love's
Love's
been
been a little bit hard on me.
The Sweetest Thing I've Ever Known.
Is loving you.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Oh, Great song. Love's been a little bit hard on me. Break It to Me Gently. All right.
She had a pretty good run there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kathy
So-
Mattea,
I remember that name.
Yeah.
the Judds.
One of my favorites, Anne Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love me some Anne Murray.
Janie
my-
freaking Fricky. Don't
My
worry
dad
about me,
loved Anne
baby.
Murray.
It ain't easy being easy. Why would you sing a
Wow.
song like that?
What?
It ain't easy being easy.
I don't think
Maybe
it-
she's singing
I don't
to
think it
the
means what
harlot that
you guys
wrecked her
are thinking.
marriage.
He's a heartache looking. He's a heartache looking for a place to happen.
what down in the bottom, about 6 over, looks like Rue McClanahan.
Crystal Gale.
Crystal Gale.
Oh, Crystal Gale, yeah.
Crystal's
Hey,
Gale.
Olivia Newton-John, she was big in the country scene there for a
She
while.
was.
My grandpa Fulton had a couple Olivia Newton-John albums.
Completely off topic here. Did you guys know that Balmuto from Greece died of AIDS? Not to bring the party down, but did you guys know? I didn't know that.
Right. Oh, so Balmuto. Which one was he?
He was Crater Face. He was the
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
he was the 30-year-old that they tried to pass off as being a high school guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole freaking movie, wasn't it?
Well,
Yeah. That was a bigger stretch than Jennifer Grey on 90210.
yeah. Well, he was like 30.
Oh, I didn't mean
Jennifer
to say Jennifer
Grey.
Grey. No, you know who I mean.
Yeah. Olivia's Newton-John was almost 30 when Grease was. John Travolta was like 24. But anyway, I just found out
Dr.
today.
Channing had to be way older.
She was
Oh,
she was
yeah.
the old. Yeah.
Tammy Wynette.
Tammy, why not?
And then Sylvia. I don't remember Sylvia.
That's not ringing a bell.
Sylvia's not bad looking, though.
Who's Sylvia? Just one name?
Yeah,
Sylvia. There she is.
like Cher. Oh,
That doesn't even look. That looks newer.
yeah.
Nobody was a major crossover hit.
Oh, yeah. You're nobody called today. Yeah, I didn't know that was her.
Yeah, good song.
She's pretty
Yeah.
good looking.
Country music used to be enjoyable, listenable. When these ladies were on the charts, the charts.
Yeah, and honestly, I couldn't have named him back then, but the songs sound familiar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
One of my favorite things to do on Spotify, though, is you go and you find somebody, then you look at the fans
You might
also like.
yeah.
Yeah, so like on Juice Newton, we got Edward Rabbit.
Edward Rabbit.
And this goes to show you the crossover, like Edward Rabbit, Kenny Rogers, Pat Benatar, Linda Ronstadt, the Bangles, Hart, Leo Sayer, Eric Carmen, Dolly Parton, the Hollies, Roy Orbison, and Starship. Interesting.
wow, that's
That was all for
Quite
Juice
a-
Newton.
It's rather eclectic.
yeah. And Chris, the historian, where do we stand on Susie Quattro? I remember her being in a movie where she almost kind of like played herself.
She was
Man.
she was Leather Tuscadero.
Yeah.
Susie Quattro. Oh, she's a bass player.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Didn't
was
know that.
Susie and the Banshees. No,
I
no,
didn't know
no.
she was a bass.
No, that's a different Susie.
Yeah, I didn't know she was a bass player. Nice.
So the historian said Hall and Oates would have been another great guest hosts or guest stars on the Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah. Private Eyes.
Would they been able to get along to help find the ghosts?
They got along fine back then. They didn't start button heads until recently, I think.
So Celia said when she was a child, she would have absolutely died if the Kids Incorporated cast had an episode on Scooby Doo. I do not, and I know I was out of the age range of this.
Yeah.
I do not remember Kids Incorporated.
I remember it being on. I didn't. I was past that age range.
But Mario Lopez was the drummer in Kids Incorporated. Did you know that?
AC Slater.
AC Slater. Yes.
TV's
TV's AC Slater.
I didn't know he was a real drummer. Well, I guess it doesn't mean he's. I guess
any of those people were real musicians. But
Susie Quattro apparently was.
Yeah.
Say is giving me crap. What do you mean? How did I not know?
Susie Quattro was in Kids
No.
Incorporated.
But I was just saying.
No, we're just.
I'm getting
Oh.
crap from Celia about not knowing she was a bass player. I guess because I was too busy playing bass myself. Celia, back off.
Yeah, Stumbling In. That's
That sounds familiar.
who just mentioned it. Yeah, the historian. That her biggest hit, but it was a duet.
Let's do it.
Who did she sing that with?
Arthur Fonzarelli.
No. Chris Norman.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. They were behind many hits for both Susie Quattro and Chris Norman's band Smokey. Smokey. Chris Norman, English singer and original lead vocalist of Smokey.
Not familiar. Miss Wilson in the house.
Nice.
Hello. So, actually, speaking of Saved by the Bell, the whole Saved by the Bell cast would have been a nice guest episode of Scooby.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Any other
Well-
suggestions from the audience as far as guest
But not-
stars?
Not once what's her name came into the show. Who was the one that came in later? The tomboy.
Oh, Tori.
Tori.
Oh, yeah.
That was the Cousin Oliver episodes of Saved by the Bell.
She was the poor man's Joe off of Facts of Life.
She was, and she inexplicably went away.
Right. She was a sad excuse for Kelly Kapowski.
Well, and also they had a couple characters that inexplicably went away. Tori, I mean, she was more of a question mark because she was actually in school with him and then just disappeared.
Right.
Leah Remini also.
Well, that made sense for her to disappear though, because
Yeah,
they were
but
at the
she-
summer.
that was a summer thing.
Summer romance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were kind of playing it out like her and Zach were going to be a thing, a long distance thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be upset that I can talk with authority about Saved by the Bell.
I was just saying, it's like, yeah, you know,
You seem pretty passionate about it too.
he's so excited.
and he just can't.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so.
Hey, they tackled the
scared.
issues. They tackled the issues.
They tackled issues all right.
Caffeine addiction.
Yes. I believe I'm addicted to caffeine.
Yeah.
I've never once sang I'm so excited until just this very moment.
So I'm trying to remember back when anytime they played instruments, AC Slater was the drummer. Zach played guitar and of course was the lead singer.
Of
Screech
course.
was always on keyboards. Or no, Lisa
Yeah.
Turtle. No, Lisa Turtle was bass.
Yeah.
Lisa Turtle was bass and Screech was on keyboards. And I don't think Kelly played an instrument.
She just rocked him the
Eric,
tambourine.
can you
or
find a
something.
picture of the Saved by the Bell?
The Zach
band?
attack.
Say Zach
Zack
attack.
Not to be confused with the California Dreams.
Oh yeah. Speaking of poor man Saved by the Bell.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Was that the one that Reggie Theus was on?
Reggie
Reggie
Theus.
Faust wasn't on it. That was the one UA Blob was on, Brady.
No, Reggie Theus, because the
Reggie
ladies
Theus
found
and
him
Lafayette Lever.
Fat Lever,
Fat
the
Lever.
world be free.
Fat lever.
Tree Rollins.
Randy Brewer. But no, Reggie Theus had one of those Saturday afternoon. He played a gym teacher. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Was it a cartoon?
No, it was a Saved by. It came on before or after Saved by the Bell. I'm looking up. Sorry for the dead time. We'll look this up. We can continue on.
I'm sharing a picture of the Zack Attack band.
And Reggie Theus' show is called Hang Time.
Really?
So of course Jesse Spano was singing lead.
Yeah.
AC Slater on the drums, on the skins.
Kelly.
Lisa Turtle on the bass.
Screech on the keys. Where's Kelly Kapowski?
You said
I
she's
think
not in the
she's
band.
standing
She's
up.
not in the band.
Yeah.
Where? Where is she? I don't even see her.
She's
on
not in the band.
there. Huh.
Well.
What was
Well.
Reggie Theus' show called?
There's
It was a-
California Dreams.
Yeah.
Brady. What was it called?
Hang Time. He was a basketball coach.
I just sent you a text. There's the California Dreams. Yeah, you had. I remember the blonde on bass there, and the goober on keyboards there, and the Kelly Kapowski wannabe on lead vocals.
Kind of interesting that they had a Kelly Kapowski want to be on lead vocals when the actual Saved by the Bell band did not have her in the band.
I look for other pictures. I'm almost positive I remember Kelly Kapowski doing some singing.
Listen, I just had a whole host of images.
I know, but
From
I think she sang before.
That's on his hard drive.
Yeah.
Kelly Kapowski.
Oh man,
Singing.
we should do a very special episode about Saved by the Bell.
And count how many and people take a drink for every time we say Kelly Kapowski.
Well,
They won't make it through the first 15 minutes.
so there's a picture of Kids Incorporated.
There's a picture of Kelly Kapowski singing. I'm telling you, I know my Saved by the Bell.
It's another picture of Kids Incorporated.
Anybody famous come out of Kids Incorporated?
Yeah, I just read a whole thing on Kids Incorporated. Yeah, that's how I knew Mario Lopez was the drummer.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You said that.
Yeah, who was it? The lead singer girl was she had some actual hits. Can't remember who she
Alanis
was.
Morissette was on You Can't Do That on Television.
Right.
She was.
Yeah.
Well, that was an odd show.
Oh yeah. That was there was a lot of substances consumed making that one. But,
It was Canadian. I mean,
no.
Fergie.
Fergie
was in Kids Incorporated.
Ferginold.
Virginal.
And Martika.
Oh,
Toy
Toy
Soldiers?
Yeah.
fame?
Jennifer
Was it-
Love Hewitt.
Get out.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandy Norwood.
I don't know.
Tevin Campbell.
Tevin Campbell. Was he the center for the Lakers for a while? That was Elvin Campbell, wasn't it?
Yes.
Uh,
Boy, I rolled out quite a few famous ones.
so
there.
guest stars included
Phyllis Diller.
Sandy
Don
Duncan.
Knotts.
Barry Williams and Florence Henderson.
Flo
Speaking
Ho?
of Florence Henderson, wasn't she one of the Scooby Doo people?
I believe
think
she was.
I think Flo Ho was on Scooby Doo.
Uh, David Hasselhoff.
Was Alice on Scooby Doo once? Why do I think that the whole damn Brady Bunch is on Scooby Doo?
Oh no, I don't remember Alice, but here is the best guest star and someone who should be added to Scooby Doo as well. Ruth Buzzy.
Ruth Buzzy is actually, she is hilarious, man.
Nah.
Well, with a name like Buzzy, you'd have to be.
I was looking to see. I don't see where Alice is on Scoobs. That would be a great episode with Alice and Sam. Sam could have his meat cleaver on there trying to pound the ghost.
You'd have Scooby's rapt attention because he'd always get some scraps. All right. Well, I hope that was enjoyable.
Yeah. All right. So, reminder again, see us on all of our platforms right above our heads. Find us everywhere there. And there's our socials, Facebook, X, and Instagrams. Remember, the Instagram page has changed, so seek it out, PIBE Podcast, and follow our page on Instagram. Todd, you have the floor.
Real quick, this might be a cool thing to do sometime on this Facebook group, 80s commercials, trailers, toys, and more. Occasionally you'll see a question like this. It says, what in the world is Corey Hart saying during the chorus of I Wear My Sunglasses at Night?
Don't mess around with a guy in shades. No.
The first person says, don't mess around with a guy that sheds. I don't think that's it.
No. Don't mess around with a guy in shades. That is the lyric.
Then this guy says, don't switch the blade on the guy in shades. Don't masquerade with the guy in shades.
I know they're masquerade.
You got it made with the guy in shades. And another person says, don't switch the blade on a guy in shades. Maybe it is don't switch the blade on a guy in shades.
Nah.
Anyway,
I'll be we were on vacation here earlier this summer, and I say you could probably remember there were two songs right then and there that my entire life had the lyrics wrong. It happens all the time. But several people in here says it's don't switch the blade on a guy in shades.
That would be a strange lyric.
Well, I
It
mean, at the
should be-
time, switchblades were popular.
Well, yeah, but I
yeah.
mean, it should be don't pull a blade on a guy in shades. That would make more sense. Don't
I think
switch
Unless the guy in
don't switch
shades
the
was
blade.
shaving, and they didn't want him to nick himself while shaving, so don't switch the
By
blade.
the way,
on
looking up the official lyrics, don't switch the blade on the guy in shades. Oh no. Don't masquerade with the guy in shades. Oh no. Because you got it made with the guy in shades.
Well, that's dumb. That's a dumb lyric.
I know. I think it makes sense because you switch a blade. It's called a switchblade.
I mean, I get it. It doesn't flow at all. It's a dumb lyric.
See, I disagree. I think don't switch the blade flows better than don't pull a blade. Anytime you have a singular word, it screws with the flow.
Don't use a blade.
I almost
Easy,
said
easy, easy. Ooh. Ooh. Is Todd's mom in the room?
Oh my goodness, it's been 4 years. Bleep it out. Bleep it out.
Brady, I am the only host now that has never done that.
Oh my goodness.
Historian, did you get that?
He's making Tevin Campbell jokes. You can't- But seriously though, let's go back to we are all of a certain age, and we're just now learning that it's don't switch the blade on the guy in shades. I thought it was Brady. I thought said don't mess around. I thought it was don't mess around.
Yeah, I think that is. It goes through a lot of different things like that.
Yeah, a lot of different iterations about the shades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, I think that was like a half swing. I think I cut it off. I think I said the first half.
You know you
Did I-
you got the hard K out.
Did I use a hard K? I
Yes,
don't think I
use the hard K.
I don't
yes.
think so. TV
That-
14, we're allowed 1 and 4. We're allowed 2 in 4 years.
Oh.
Yeah, you can tell mine was not done with malice.
Malice. The
Thank you.
absence of malice.
Thank you, Miss Wilson. Switch gives more visual, and that's what lyrics are supposed to do, paint pictures in our head. That's what I meant when I said the F-bomb earlier.
That's what you were getting at.
That's what I was getting at, yes.
No, the historian didn't catch what you said because he was writing this post. If Alice was on Scooby Doo, I'm sure Sam Butcher would be there delivering the meat. I'm sure.
Oh, we're gonna lose our rating. I'm kidding.
I think I checked up. We'll have to Eric, you have to check that in editing.
Oh, that's going to be a reel.
No. All right. Are we ready for my topic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it's been a while since we've done this classic. A little AITH.
Am I the Anus?
Anus. And as always, I didn't read these ahead of time. So
Are there chocolate rapids involved?
So I say that because that's my disclaimer, because they might be bad. If they're bad, we'll go through them quicker, and if they're good, we'll spend some time on them. So here we go. First one, AITA should be AITAH. AIT, but I guess it's a compound word. AITA for making my children pay for their own portion of our family vacation. All right, here we go. We have been planning on going on vacation to Cuba for the Christmas holidays for a week. Pretty pricey. There's a red flag already.
Literally.
Yes, you're an asshole. It's pretty pricey during the Christmas holidays, but that's the only time we can all go because everybody wants to go to Cuba for Christmas. I think Cuba for Christmas was a song. Anyway, we have 3 children, 20 female, 15 male, 12 female, who we are making them pay for their own ticket and part of the hotel since we wouldn't be financially stable enough to pay for 5 plane tickets and such. My 12-year-old daughter has been complaining that since the other 2 have jobs and she doesn't, that it's not fair. However, we've decided to stick firm with it and be equal to them all. Their other option, if they don't want to pay, is staying at grandma's. She has savings, which are just enough to cover the vacation, I assume the 12-year-old, but she also wants to save up for a phone. My other 2 children aren't happy that they have to pay for their own, but they're willing to since we be going to Cuba. Am I the asshole for making them pay? I feel like most families don't make their children pay for their own tickets, but since we all really want to go, my wife and I think it's the best option. Edit. My 12-year-old daughter, almost 13, is going to grade 8, and she has worked at our business a couple times for me, which I would pay her.
Okay, Fidel. Yes, you are the Annies.
A big red Annies.
I mean, is there any argument here at all?
I have one.
I can see the 20-year-old.
20-year-old. That's what I was getting ready to say. And I think it depends on. I think it depends. I will say this. There could be information here that we're not getting. And if the 20-year-old is involved in like some of the requests for the vacation, and they have a job, they may be out of college already. I mean, at what point, if they're out of college, do you not have them chip in on a vacation? And I'm just asking. I'm just throwing that out there.
Like I said, I could see the 20-year-old.
That's the only one the other ones I'm not even, there's not even a debate. But I think the 20-year-old.
How old was the youngest one?
12.
God.
12 and 15, the person's the asshole. But 20, and since the other 2 negate that, I'm going to say yes, I agree. But I do think there's some wiggle room there with a 20-year-old. If they're out of college, or if they didn't go to college, they're 3 or 4 years into the whatever, who knows? It doesn't really say what their job is. They have a family business, so maybe the 20-year-old helps run it. I don't know.
I would say if you're living on your own and you have your career job, then yes, you can pay. Other than that,
what if you are 30 and not living on your own? You have your career job, or 35, or 28, or 20.
Well, then let's say out of college.
That's what I was going by. Out of college in your career.
Yeah,
not like the day after you graduate, you're applying for jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, right.
But in your career, I think that's when you should. They say he has a good point. If Cuba is so expensive, go somewhere else. Go to Myrtle Beach. I mean, you got Cuba, you got Myrtle Beach. 6, 7.
All right.
Brady better tell Randall to start saving up for that next vacation.
Yeah, really, to Cuba. So what should happen? No. I'm gonna call their bovine feces here. So because the parents make more money, it's unfair, and it should be divvied among their children, so everybody is equal in pay.
Yes, let's make this truly socialist.
Yeah, really.
I mean,
Pish posh.
I mean, if you're going to Cuba, exactly. That should be the retort from the kids. Hey, mom and dad, if we're going to Cuba, let's do the full experience here.
Right.
Let's be taking those funds and spreading them out.
And using one-ply toilet paper and waiting 3 blocks in line for a loaf of bread.
Yeah. The only wiggle room, the only devil's advocate I can play is the 20-year-old, and that's iffy. Again, we think of typically somebody 21, graduating college.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't go. Again, if they have a business, maybe the person went. Maybe they started working right out of. If the 12-year-old is working for the business, then you have to almost assume that the 15 and 18-year-old are working for the business.
Yeah.
But now let me ask you this. Does that change things? Okay, so you have a business. Your kids work the business. You pay the kids for working your business. That's not something that everyday kids get. If our dads, they worked in manufacturing. They worked factory jobs. We didn't, they didn't pay us part of their gross income. So does that change things though? I could say it would. But it wasn't talked about enough in his post.
I would.
Okay, let's just say that I own a hot dog stand, and I say, okay, we have this vacation we're wanting to go to. If you want to work the hot dog stand, I'll pay you, so you have money to pay for your vacation. Is that different?
That seems like a shell game to quote unquote teach responsibility, but you know,
But I mean, I coming from a non-business, I mean, I think of a
Yeah.
family as a family business. That's a little different waters than I'm used to treading in.
yeah, and I want to state, I love Cuba. I love their music. I love their food.
Great
It's just,
cigars.
and I'm just ragging
Never
on
had a-
Fidel here. That
never
that
had a Cuban cigar.
just yeah. So I want to be clear on that.
Yeah, I will throw the family business thing in there. That may change things a little bit to something that we don't fully understand. But he doesn't explain it. If that's so, that's his fault.
yeah.
If he's saying my 12-year-old, my 15-year-old, and my 20-year-old all work the family business, you know.
So what say the commenters,
Oh,
and what say our audience?
I thought you meant on the thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, on that thing too.
First one says, I've never heard of a 12-year-old paying for their own family vacation in my life.
Yeah.
Also, quote, we wouldn't be financially stable enough to pay for 5 plane tickets and such. Maybe that's a sign that you can't afford a vacation. That's what I was thinking. It's the same people that don't tip well. If you can't afford to leave a good tip, don't eat out. It's that simple.
Yep.
And that's not me. That's if you can't, you can't. There's no shame in that. You know. This person says you can't afford this vacation. Where exactly is a 12-year-old going to get money for a ticket for Cuba? Well, I mean, he did explain that, the business. Draining your 12-year-old daughter's savings with the ultimatum that she has to be left out while you go on vacation is gross.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly, definitely the ANUs.
Yeah.
Given the evidence we're giving and going by what we got presented to us, major bright red Marxist ANUs.
Yeah. See, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Is there may be a dynamic there that we don't understand if none of us have like a family business. But again, if that is the case whatsoever, it's far fetched. But he didn't explain it if that's the case. He only talked about the 12-year-old working for the family. But that's what I was saying. Like if everybody works for the family, so hey, you know, our business, our family business, you guys work it. That provides you, you know, that provides. I'm paying you a salary, so that provides you the means to pay for. I don't know, but
Right.
Either way, it could all be fixed by going somewhere cheaper. Again, go to the.
Yeah, I
Go
mean,
to
let's,
Leningrad.
or Tehran.
Or Pyongyang.
Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for wearing a different colored bridesmaid dress after the bride tried purposely to make us look unflattering? Ooh.
Ooh.
No, you didn't.
I'm sensing a little cattiness here.
Yeah, some tea dripping. All right. For privacy reasons, this post will be a throwaway, and all names are fake. Recently, I, 28 female, was a bridesmaid, and my friend Tara. Why even put a name? Why does not say my friend? And my friend Tara, 28 female, and Tony, 30 male, wedding, along with bridesmaids Amy, 27 female, Jane, 29 female, and her sister Lily, 32 female. Tara was one of those brides where everything had to be perfect. So early on, Tara placed her priority on the logistics. Ooh. Because of this, Tara had left the details about the bridesmaid dresses for last. Tara had organized a lunch for us in April to talk over the details of the dresses. She handed out swatches and said that the dresses must be in that color and floor length. I asked Tara if she was being serious. Right off the bat, there's your first mistake. You don't ask the bride.
I jest.
Anywho, I asked Tara if she was being serious, to which Tara asked what the problem was. Simply put, the color was ugly and unflattering. I don't like this person already. Jane also spoke up and said that this color is going to make everyone in the party look bad. Amy agreed. Tara rolled her eyes at us and said that she was sure and she expected us as bridesmaids to go along with what she wanted. Lily decided to chime and say that she thought the color was fine. I think that she said this to prevent her younger sister from going full bridezilla. So you're calling her a bridezilla and you're being a bridesmaidzilla. No, you're being Queen Kong.
Bridezuki.
Yeah. For months, Amy, Jane, and I begged Tara to consider a different color, but she wouldn't budge. We asked Lily to ask her sister to reconsider, but she said that she was the bride and that we should respect her choices. Yeah? No shite. She was the bride. But that doesn't mean we have to sacrifice the way we look and look unattractive. This might be my second F-bomb of the night. Amy pointed out that Tara was probably making us look bad on purpose so that she could look better, and that made me furious. How old is this person again? 28.
28.
28 going on 14.
I was going to say emotionally. Yeah, I was going to say emotionally 15, but
wow. And here's where I may be in the wrong. Just here at this point. Tackle in here if you want to hear the wrongness. Amy, Jane, and I decided that enough was enough and that Tara was being really unreasonable about this whole thing, and so was Lily. So we decided to lie to Tara and say that we were going to order dresses in the color she wanted and send her screenshots of dresses in that color. Meanwhile, the three of us created a separate group chat and decided to order dresses that would actually make us look good. We agreed on baby blue and bought the dresses online. Tara didn't ask any more questions about the dresses and essentially just took our word that everything was okay. Flash forward to wedding day. The moment we put on our dresses, Tara lost her shite. She started yelling at us and crying, and Lily had to escort her out of the room. Apparently, she must have gotten ready elsewhere because we didn't see her up until we were called to go to the venue for the ceremony. The wedding was great, but Tara was upset. Since the wedding, none of us have heard from Tara. However, Lily and Tony have been texting me, calling us horrible people and claiming we ruined the wedding. Tony even said that Tara almost canceled the whole thing, and he had to force her to go through with it. Maybe Tara was upset that we didn't get the color that she asked for, but I don't think it was right for her to make us look unattractive. Am I the asshole?
Yep.
I don't think that I could say it any better than Celia did. Not about you, you selfish bovine.
So that's why I had my hand raised earlier, saying she was afraid that we would look better than the bride. The bride is supposed to look the best.
Right.
That's the general consensus.
Handle your shit, lady.
Or don't be in the wedding.
Yeah.
If it means that much to you, don't be in the wedding.
But to change the color scheme and organize a color coup, that tastes some brass marbles, man.
Well, what I hope happens is I hope that the bride realizes that she had no friends. These people weren't friends.
I would, if I was the bride, I would ingratiate myself to them until they get married. And I would show up looking like the hillbillies in the Founders Day parade at the wedding.
Yeah.
Complete with a coontail.
That might be the biggest. That might be one of the biggest ass. That person's a bigger asshole than the guy making his family pay for vacation. To be quite honest with you,
yeah, I would agree with it. And I didn't think it could get much worse than that. But
I mean, and just the way she explained it. Let me hear some of the comment. Let me see some of the comments from that.
There was something that was so narcissistic about the way she said it, and it curdled my blood. It's like. Yeah.
And even this first comment, I know we said it, Eric, and I agreed with you, but I think if we think about it, I think we'll admit that that's not even the correct way. Because this person says if the color was so bad, you should have declined being a bridesmaid. I don't think you decline being a bridesmaid because the color's bad. Again, you don't worry about it being...
Well, I mean, I'm not saying they should.
Right.
But if it's that big a deal to you, instead of ruining someone's wedding...
Right. I agree.
If you had a shred of decency in your body, just decline. Just don't do it. So, I wonder if they were allowed in the pictures. I wouldn't have allowed them in the pictures.
Here's what I want to know, and we'll never know. But she said she changed it to baby blue. I wonder what the offensive color was.
Yeah, interesting. She doesn't mention that.
Well, here's what gets me, and this makes me think there are more potential bridesmaidzillas out there than what we want to admit. Because listen to this comment. You're the ass. That's some slimy, underhanded shite. Starts out, I agree.
Yeah.
An ultimatum would have been better. No.
No.
What? Not showing up would have been better. No. You deliberately misled and lied to your supposed friend. This person has a problem with her lying. That's secondary.
So this person is defending the person thinking they looked bad in the color. So therefore had a way to get out of wearing said color.
Right. It says, yeah, Bridezillas exist, and her color choices might have been questionable, but compared to what you did, she's an effing angel. I mean, again, but only has a problem with the lying part.
I just don't have a concept of what color could have been so offensive. Like today, Eric commented on this color that was like cat poop yellow. That dress could be cat poop yellow, an offensive color. But if that's what she wants, it's her wedding. Simple as that. Yeah.
Oh, man. There was a post here, a link to a post from the bride that said, my friends went behind my back and ruined my wedding, but the post has been removed by the moderators. Bull crap. This is this might be something you guys want to tackle while I do the Am I the Asshole stuff. This is called True Off My Chest. It's a subreddit. That might be one you guys want to look at sometimes. But the original post has been removed. So that might be a new segment later.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. Next one?
Yes.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not complimenting my wife so that she won't become vain?
So she won't become what?
Vain.
You're so vain.
Context. My wife, 29 female, and I, 31 male, have been together for 10 years. We share 3 children, 9, 7, 5. They're consistent. 9, 7, 5. Every 2 years. My wife was never someone who really dresses up or put too much thought into her looks. Too much thought. Spelled wrong. Spelled T-O. She always, that's why you got to spell two right, because the way I read that, put too much thought instead of put too much thought. She's always been beautiful, but never did much to highlight it until recently. She went through this crisis of feeling like she didn't have a personality outside of being a mom. Something like that. So for the last 2 years, she started traveling more, joining different groups, dressing really nicely, wearing makeup. I never realized how much of a difference it would make, but people treat her completely different. She's constantly getting complimented, told that she should be in magazines. She'll come home and happily tell me about the random stranger who was so nice to her. She randomly gets gifts. A lady at her job brought her a book series she was interested in. She gets hit on. When we go out, all these dudes want to buy her drinks. Jealousy's coming out. I can see jealousy. The green monster. That's envy. Never mind. All right. Even my family's noticed, and all of a sudden it seems like they're wondering how I ended up with her. Honestly, it's a bit overwhelming for me and something I'm just not used to. It's kind of becoming annoying. Anyway, she was going out with friends and she asked me how she looked. I said, fine. She seemed disappointed with this. Not a word, Celia. We'll come to this in a second. My sister was over and commented that I should hype her up. I said, why should I when the world already does? Then I don't want her thinking too highly of herself, or that I don't want her thinking too highly of herself and becoming more vain. My sister looked shocked and said, that's effed up. Said that's low-key abusive and I'm an asshole. I think she's overthinking it, but decided to get outside opinion. So am I the asshole? Now, I don't think that I'm being too transparent to say I have been guilty of the fine thing, but I don't mean it how it comes off if this in this guy's case. I've never said it in a way that comes from jealousy or like you know what I mean? It's
like to try to keep her down a peg.
No. Yeah. It's been more like they're not sure. They they don't think that they look good. They're kind of down. I'm like, it's fine. You look fine. Like, like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
and Celia has a great comeback for that. The very first time I ever did it, I can tell you, it was in a hotel in Gatlinburg, and we were going out to dinner, and she asked me how she looked, and apparently I rattled off some sort of fine, and her comment was, "Thanks. That's exactly what I was going for." So, very sarcastically, "Thank you. That's exactly fine is what I was going for." And I said, "How did you know I didn't mean, oh, girl, you look fine?"
The inflection was not there.
This guy sounds like he's got more issues than Reader's Digest. He is like he's trying to put the lipstick on the pig of his argument. Now, if she was getting haughty toward him and it was coming across as like you're a peon.
What if she was getting haughty but not tawdy? What if she stopped just shy of tawdy?
If she was hoity and not toity. But he doesn't say that she was condescending to him or making him feel like riffraff.
Right.
So it's just like he just didn't want her to get that way. That's a big old red flashing sign.
Halfway through, you could start seeing his issues coming up.
Oh, yeah.
The jealousy, the insecurities, things like that.
Yeah. 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 Not cool. Not cool.
So, I mean, wouldn't you want your wife to be seen that way? Then by extension, I mean...
Yeah, look what I got.
Exactly. I mean, like,
and I'll be honest, see, I'll tell you this. I would love for people to buy her drinks.
Steve, you don't have to.
Right, exactly. I don't have a jealous bone in my body when it comes to that kind of stuff. I really don't. So I have a hard time grasping that, guys. Again, when it first started out, I'm like, okay, I can listen. But then when he went into his reasoning, in his explanation, he's got issues.
And the thing is, he didn't provide. He just said it. He didn't provide a circumstance. He's like, well, what if she gets this way, or what if? It's like, man, yeah, he's dismissed.
Yeah. It looks like James agrees. Make your wife feel special. Maybe this guy's never noticed his wife before. Celia agrees. So far,
butthole.
Your head's so far up your buttholes. All right. Am I the asshole for calling her, quote, picky as shit?
Did he say it that way?
This is a short one. I've been with Jasmine, 23 female, for about a year now. She's great in almost every way, but she's got one flaw, and that she's super picky. She always cuts the crust off her bread when she makes sandwiches.
This is going to hit
her head
home.
What a raging biatch. Let's see. She used to have these cutters that would make them into shapes like flowers, but she no longer has them. I've confronted her today because she was making a sandwich and cut off the crust yet again. This whole thing is really based on sandwiches, isn't it?
It is.
I got mad and called her picky as shit because she can't handle bread crust. She got mad and said it doesn't affect me. And I said it does because it makes her seem like a child, which grosses me out. She basically just said, sucks for you, and said that it's her food and the crust don't go to waste always, since she dries them to use as breadcrumbs for fried food and salad. What? These people are... Throw them crusts away, honey.
Feed them to the dag. That's what I do.
Just throw it away.
Used to do.
We live in America. If you want to throw bread crust away, you throw bread crust away. She ended up calling me annoying and is sleeping on the couch, and now she won't talk to me. Was I the asshole?
You can poke fun a little bit, but don't make it real. That ain't worth it. Don't be the guy that say, but it's the best part. Not in my opinion. Shut up. That's what we want to say. It's the best part.
This hits home for Brady and his handles.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Brady doesn't eat crust either.
Right.
No, I do. No, I do. I eat Uncrustables, but that doesn't mean I have a major problem with crust.
Well, you just said you fed your crust to the dogs.
Well, I should have been more specific. My handles. So, but
Yes.
but yeah. I have no problem with crust.
Here's the funniest part to me. I'm going to read you the first couple of sentences again. I've been with Jasmine for about a year now. She's great in almost every way, but she's got one flaw. She's super picky. And then literally the rest of it is about crust, bread crust. Like there's no other, like his whole argument.
One aspect does not make someone super picky.
Well,
They may be a little picky.
there was this creepy thing where he's said because she doesn't eat crust, it makes him feel like a pedophile. What the heck?
That is creepy.
He didn't. I will say he didn't say that, but you can.
Well, it implied.
Right. Let me read it. Let me read it. I mean,
Just a child.
we don't want the law. We don't want the law on
Christ.
us. It says she got mad and said it doesn't affect me, and I said it does because it makes her seem like a child, which grosses me out. So that's actually the opposite of him saying. I don't want to use the.
No,
P
not
word.
really.
No. He's saying you don't eat bread crust, therefore you are a child, which makes me think I am with a child. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be careful. I'll be careful in here. I mean, you never know. We don't want to get sued for calling somebody a name. I mean, he insinuates. I get
Kitty Cable after us.
I get the insinuation there, but I here's the thing also. If you feel like your woman is picky,
Or your man.
and they chose you, then you want them to be picky. That's a compliment towards you.
Well, kind of the same argument as the previous one, you know. If your wife is sought after by the world, then that should make you feel good. If your wife is picky and she picked you, it should make you feel good.
Right.
If I'm with somebody and they're eating mayonnaise, I don't tell them, don't eat that mayonnaise. I just say, nay, I do not want any. You know? I don't say, you gross me out. I don't want to be with you because you're eating mayonnaise.
Okay. So let's just say they just get a giant big mouthful of mayonnaise from a potted meat sandwich dipped in with some Vienna sausages, and then they want to give you a kiss. Full open mouth tongue kiss.
That has nothing to do with the food.
Are you too picky, Brady? Are you picky as shit?
No, I am not selectful as Shiza because I don't care if she's eating cinnamon rolls or whatever. Nobody wants
Oh, but a cinnamon roll, Brady. Let's be honest. We're men here. A cinnamon roll kiss is better than a potted meat and mayonnaise kiss.
Well, exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean. You see where I'm going with this.
Yes. All right, moving. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend to get his beard done? So we have a role switch here. These last few have been asshole men.
Yes.
I, 24 female, keep telling my boyfriend, 33 male, to get his beard done. What does beard done mean? Like trimmed?
Guess it's the same as having your hair done.
Not because it's too long or
beard
because I don't like beards, but because it's patchy and makes him look, Brady, are you ready for this? Unkempt.
I thought you were gonna go with mangy.
mangy, unwanted, shabby hounds.
Let me start from the beginning.
The age could be husband.
When we first started dating, I noticed this about him, but didn't say anything because it was too early. And honestly, he's still an attractive man. About a month into dating, he mentioned that he'd been thinking about going to the barber. That was my chance to agree and encourage him a bit. So I said, yeah, that'd be great. But he didn't get it done for months. He constantly said, oh, I'll do it, but never did. I brought it up a few times after that, but each time he got more irritated. It usually started as a joke, but I could tell his mood would drop right after. At one point, he told me that me mentioning it so often made him feel insecure and like he wasn't enough. So women want sensitive men until they're sensitive. Just a little side note. A little side note there. After that, I stopped saying anything for a while, and I apologized. Eventually, I mentioned it just once, and he actually went and got it done. He looked so good, as I predicted. But now it's been 2 months, and we're back to square one. I know it's not about time or money. I just think he doesn't like doing it. I recently suggested that he get rid of the sideburns completely and go for more of a faded goatee since the sides are where it's patchiest, to which he isn't sure about and said it's too much. For context, my boyfriend has more of a body neutral mindset. He wears the same outfit every day. What? A body
What?
neutral? All right, I was on his side there until he wears the same outfit every day. Uses one moisturizer for his whole body and face. That's just jealousy, girl. Doesn't really look in the mirror and generally doesn't care much about grooming. So even before we dated, he didn't get his beard done often or at all. That's fine. We've talked about it, but the beard really bothers me. I know he'd look amazing if he had it done properly because he has a great jawline and features. The more he doesn't, the more I feel unseen because he knows it's important to me.
Oh,
How about you?
God.
You're getting lost in his scruff. Can't see her for the thatch.
Okay.
In your scruff. And I feel. Sorry.
All right. So, yeah.
Real quick, it's important to me that a man has basic hygiene and puts some effort into his appearance, especially because I do the same. I'm glad she shaves her beard. I don't think that's a double standard. I just want him to care a little. It feels unfair that I put in effort to look good and he won't even trim his beard. I don't want to keep nagging him about it, but if I stay quiet, I just end up staring at it and getting annoyed. So am I the asshole for telling him to get his beard done?
Okay. Nobody wants their significant other. I mean, does he look like ZZ Top? Does it look like he's got a case of the mange or something? I mean, okay. So I can understand her not wanting him to look like, one of the Duck Dynasty dudes, okay? But if we're just talking about the way that it comes in, does she want him oiling it up and all that kind of stuff? Like,
I don't see anything wrong with couples suggesting things that they think might look good. I have no problem with that. However, if you notice, this thing went downhill real quick. It started out like it's really no big deal. He just kind of, and then to where like now she's questioning his hygiene. I mean, she doesn't say that he doesn't like bathe and he's walking
He's
around
only using one moisturizer. That
Right.
monster.
Right. He's walking around like the Famunda monster. I mean, like she starts out being how he's like great. He just got a little beard issue, and then the end of it is like he's this pig who doesn't take care of himself and wears the same clothes every day, and you know what I mean. Like and then you notice where it ended. I take care of myself. I do these things
exactly. This whole thing was mildly annoying until that started. Then it became infuriating.
Right.
Like. No, and don't couch it in, am I the Anuse for asking him to get his beard done? No, you're not the Anuse for that. You are the Anuse for turning it into some way that you're being disrespected because he won't do it.
Right.
Bull.
And it makes it sound. It sounds to me like he had the beard when they met.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be she wants compliance.
Right.
She wants authority.
I mean, it's one thing if you marry, you marry Mr. Rogers and then 6 months later he looks like Tom Hanks at the end of Castaway. I could see like, okay, what's going on here? Like something's going. But he had a beard from the beginning, and she just doesn't like that he lets it go a little longer. And then she's messing with the burns. Don't mess with the burns.
I mean, we don't want him to look
side nor loin.
I mean, she's not saying he looks like Millard Fillmore. It's just,
Great, perfect point, James. So she just now notices she just now noticed that he's freaking Ernest from Ernest. Ernest goes
or
to
Fred
camp.
from Scooby Doo.
Pee Wee Herman. I mean, she didn't notice this when she first met him, that he wore the same outfit every. And I wonder if she means the same type of outfit every day.
I bet that's what she meant, and she tried to gussy it up to make herself look better.
Nothing worse than gussies.
Yeah.
No, I am totally annoyed by this person.
Yeah.
Other people not to mess with there, Todd.
What was that?
You got to look at the text.
Oh,
All right, you may do. Eric, do you have a game tonight, or what's the plan?
I can have a game.
You may do one more, and then do a game.
Yeah, do one more.
Okay. All right. So this has a caveat as I look at this. I haven't read it yet. I see the title. I see some of the comments. So I'm going to read it as is, and see if we come to the same conclusion the comments come to. Okay. Am I the asshole for yelling at an obese woman in a movie theater? Okay. So that's going to play in from what I understand. I haven't read the actual, but from scrolling down and looking at the first few comments, I think you'll see why. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Tonight, I went to the movies to see The Back Rooms with my partner. I think that's a movie. We arrived just as the movie started, settled in, and began watching. About 30 to 45 minutes into the movie, a couple came and sat right next to us. Usually, I wouldn't care if someone comes in late to a movie, as I know I have before. However, this couple came in making a ridiculous amount of noise. I'm talking multiple wrappers of food getting tossed around and crinkled every few seconds. Nonstop chatter between the two of them for I'm not even kidding, 15 minutes. The woman kept burping loudly in between them talking to each other. They were half whispering, but in a silent theater, it was incredibly noticeable and enraging. The woman also kept on obnoxiously pointing at the screen and going, ooh, look at that, to her boyfriend, of like completely non-eventful shots from the film, and then would loudly kiss him. So like After putting up with this for roughly 20 minutes, I finally snapped. I turned to them and loudly said, are you two going to keep talking, or can you just shut the F up? It's extremely distracting. They just stared at me and then didn't talk for the rest of the movie. So I guess mission accomplished. I know I probably shouldn't have it cursed, but at a certain point, it's just ridiculous how some people don't give a single F about the people around them. Same kind of people who cut you off in traffic while drooling on their phones. Anyways, that's it. Let me know if I was the asshole. Now, let me, before I go to the edit and the first comments, I am 1,000% on this guy's side. 1,000%.
Taking your keychain and whacking it in your hand.
the level that people have gone to now in theaters is embarrassing for our society. And I've been in movies with people like this.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Say and I were in a movie with people like this not too long ago, and somebody did finally just say, will you shut up? And the damn and I'm telling you, the place, everybody started clapping. These people need put in their place.
Well, you never know nowadays if someone's going to pull a gun on you.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not. I mean, I just said like I'm not the one that told him, but Say will tell you, I've actually told her, like, we've been at a movie and I've said, if they say one more word, I'm leaving and getting my money back. I mean, there are people that literally ruin the experience, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah. Now, I've made my jokes before about how teenagers annoy me at movies, particularly teenage girls at scary movies, because they act afraid of everything and stuff. And then comedies where people laugh too loudly at the jokes, and then you miss the next 15 jokes. I'm just talking about people like this. They go and they treat it like a meal. The wrappers, the constant getting into their food, the talking, the talking about the movie, the kissing things kind of out there. So as I read that, I'm on this guy's side. He's not the asshole. Not at all.
No.
And I'm going to tell you something even worse. That's the movie theater. I've noticed that as a theater family, as you know, obviously our daughter, like the actual theater, which always had a bit of etiquette to it, like it's gone now. People take screaming ass kids now to like the theater, not movies, but like theater, to see things that the kids don't understand. And all they're doing is ruining it by screaming and running in the aisles and stuff like that. I hate that too. However, What I thought was wrong here is exactly what people are saying, and he even put an edit in here. So let me read his edit.
I bet I know where
what's
this is
coming.
going.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I realize now how offensive it was to mention the couple's weight in the title, as it was not relevant to my complaint with them. Thank you to those in the comments who made me realize that I was clouded by my anger and personal bias. I will work on my mindset moving forward. And this one has been deemed that he's the asshole. And I think it's based solely on the title.
So, and I couldn't have said it any better than you did, Todd. I don't see any problem with anything he did there.
I would not have included the F word in it.
Yeah. I mean, I actually probably wouldn't have said anything. I would have probably left. But
and give him the stink eye as you're walking out in disappointment.
Well, and you speak of decorum. I mean, theaters are only just a part. I mean, have you been to a graduation lately?
Oh God.
And you talk about traditional stage theater. I mean, to me, that's just amazing that stuff is allowed to go on in that particular sort of atmosphere. I mean, if you're watching a movie, that's one thing. There's people on the screen, and it's a film, but people are actually acting on stage.
Right. Well,
I mean,
and
what sort of professionalism does it take to ignore all that crap?
Well, and I think there's something happening where this is going to make me sound bad. It make me sound like an ageist. The generation that's please, if you're listening, don't. I'm painting with a wide brush, and I shouldn't be. There is a non-understanding, a lack of understanding of that decorum that you speak of. And there is this attitude of, I want to go see that show. Yes, I have a 3-month-old screaming child, but I have a right to go see that show. Everybody else can go to hell. That's this attitude that's happening now. And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of great parenting out there where I've been to plays and stuff where somebody will take a kid and they try it because you never know. Yeah. They'll try it, and if their kid starts whimpering or crying, they'll take them outside.
Whimpering.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you should do. But I'm talking about the ones that will literally sit there with a screaming baby or child the entire time with the attitude of like, I have the right to sit here and have this happen. Just because nobody's throwing you out doesn't mean you have the right to do that.
Well, again, it goes back to the overarching main problem in society that I've mentioned many times on this podcast and outside of this podcast. You can't tell me no.
Right.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Well, and I've said this many times on the podcast. My generation of parents are the problem with it all. Say and I have talked about this. When our kids were little, we go out to a restaurant. You go to Applebee's or O'Charlie's. Your kids are done eating. They sit there until it's time to go. Other people let their kids run around the restaurant. I can't tell you how many times I've been sitting there and all of a sudden I have a strange 3-year-old at my table staring at me. And come to find out, their family's clean across the damn restaurant, has no idea where their kid is because their kid's done eating, so let them run around the restaurant. And I know kids weren't involved in this, but you can't tell me that these parents here, these people that were doing this in the theater, it won't get 10 times worse when they have kids with them. He should not have meant the weight, honestly, and the weight or whatever, it had nothing to do with it.
Had zero to do with
that. Yeah.
So shall I don't know if have I given my baby on board postulate in the podcast?
No.
I'm not sure I've
given
done
it to me.
Here. Not sure I've done it here. So I will go ahead and do it here because this is my theory that I've come up with. Those who are a little younger than Brady and I, maybe Todd's age, could remember when the baby on board signs first started to appear on the cars. And I'm thinking in my mind, mid 80s, early 80s ish. Is that about right, Brady? Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially what that sign advertises is you must adhere your world to my little darling in the car. You must watch what you do because my little darling is more important than anything that goes on in the immediate atmosphere. So the people who were the babies were treated as such. Now those people are the parents. And guess what they think about their little darlings? Well, you can't tell my little darling what to do. You can't tell my little darling to sit down and, follow rules or anything like that. And it's kind of the way society has gone. That is my theory. That is Eric Fiskus speaking. It is not official, but that's what I think.
What did George Carlin say?
Opinions on this broadcast do not reflect all this.
What did George Carlin say? Baby on board? Don't tell me your problems, lady.
Exactly. And he also said, baby on board, child in car, who gives a bleep? That was part of it as well.
And Miss Wilson kind of touches on what we talked about, like the screaming the F word, probably not a good idea. Although I'll counter that with people shouldn't need to be told that you don't walk into a movie 40 minutes late and start talking out loud. And I mean, that's the problem. That's what we're getting at, is adults should not need to be told that, whether it be nicely or with an F-bomb. Like you shouldn't need to be told how to act in proper situations. Again, I probably wouldn't have said anything to them, but I have been on the verge of leaving. And again, I do. It wasn't that long ago, actually, where somebody say you could tell I was getting frustrated, and we're going to leave here soon. And then all of a sudden that person's like, shut up. And like, all of a sudden, like the place like bursted out in like applause. I mean, and again, was that rude?
Yeah, I mean, it gets to a point where
right.
You wait for people to have some general knowledge of what's going on around them and the people who are around them. And I guess I should further qualify what I just said. It shouldn't take a baby on board and your baby being treated any differently than anybody else. I'm driving down the road and I should be, cognizant of everybody around.
I got that. I got that, what you were saying, because I think we've talked about it before. Like, it's not like you're driving like an asshole and all of a sudden, well, there's a baby on board. I probably should start abiding by the laws of the highway. Because I actually think that when you don't see a sign on a car that says there's a baby on board, should make you think just as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
it shouldn't matter who it is.
Right. It shouldn't matter who it is. Yeah. But I don't know, this whole thing. I have this is an issue with me, because again, he messed up in his title, but I don't think he was wrong in what he did. I think he should have been a little more like, hey guys, could you knock it off, that kind of thing. And I've always wondered in those situations too, but because I've been to the point where I'm like, I'm going to go say something, but then I'm like, well, it's not to be an ageist again, but it's a teenager out there working. So am I going to go tell a teenager, hey, will you go in there and say something to this adult couple who's, you know what I mean? But it's no different than, I've been at movie theaters and stuff where I've had people pushing on the back of my seat with their foot. Like, I shouldn't have to be nice to a person and say, hey, by the way, sir, you're a 40-year-old man. You shouldn't be putting your boot heel into my back. Like, people should know that without me having to politely remind them how to be an adult in society.
I've forgotten about this. I have told somebody to knock it off in a movie theater before. I have, and all I said was, that's enough.
Right.
I think
enough.
That's enough. And
I did stop
it. I just said, that's enough.
See, you're right, because I don't feel like bailing you out of jail. Or like I've always told Celia, and this is a little here, allow me to help out the ladies.
Oh my.
This is what I've always told Celia, because I dealt with when I was younger with Celia and some other girls I dated that weren't near as important as Celia. Right, guys.
Right.
When you, as the girlfriend, says something to the person in front of the guy in front of you, you're not going to have to fight that guy. Your boyfriend's going to have to fight that guy. So think about that also before you say something. Yeah. If it's a girl, go ahead and say all you want. I mean, that's fine. You can take her, but like,
So I will say again something I have said several times on this podcast over the years. The one thing that will get you in trouble in most any situation, any atmosphere, any platform is lack of self-awareness. Doesn't matter where you are. If you don't know what's your surroundings are, if you don't know how your behavior is affecting everything else that's going on around you, it'll get you in trouble. Plain and simple.
But wouldn't you say that lack of self-awareness is one of the biggest issues in society right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Like hell, right now we may not be aware of how annoying we are being.
Well, could be.
Couldn't have, I mean, but usually the three of us would tell the other. I think we're pretty safe here. We're not annoying. You know,
Well,
it's funny because I have been to the theater and it does bug me when people keep going back to their snacks. Like, get your snacks opened, get in there, get a handful, pace yourself, make it last, and don't crinkle too much. I think the problem is when they have multiple snacks. So every 10 minutes they're opening a new snack, which starts the crinkling over. You know what I mean? Like at that point, I'm like, are you here for
A
a
multi-crinkler.
Right. Are you here to watch a movie or are you here to stick your hand in a plastic bag of goodies? Like what are you here for? However, the talking during a movie is unexcusable. Like there's and talking to the movie is even more inexcusable. Like talking to the characters and things like that. Like I've been there. I mean,
oh yeah. Yeah.
I bring it up all the time, and this is going to make me sound like a jerk, but I wear that hat sometimes. Have nipples the entire.
That is the second part of a comment.
Oh, okay. I just read have nipples.
Sorry, Savannah.
The entire crowd busted out
laughing. The entire comment was back when the movie The Good Dinosaur came out. John and I took our niece to see it. There's sad parts to it, and the crowd was crying, and my niece at the top of her lungs say, "Hey, those people don't." Then the second part of the comment, have nipples. From the mouths of babes. I mean, you can.
Oh yeah.
You can go along with that. But.
And you know, so you're right. The guy usually gets the crap for the girl's words. Famous Key and Pet. James, you're exactly right. It's. I mean, I think those two are in the same. I think those are cousins. Lack of self-awareness and then feeling like you're more important than other people. I think that's you're not aware that you're not more important than other people. Sometimes you call it like lead character syndrome, like they think they're the lead character in their own movie. That's and bottom line is, again, just be respectful. And I was at Passion of the Christ years ago watching the Passion of the Christ, and there was a lady beside me who was very moved by the movie. And I'm not making fun. There's no religious bashing, nothing going on here.
Yeah.
She was an older lady, and the entire movie, she talked the entire movie. And it was very hard to enjoy, watch the movie with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now that is
subtitles.
That is an example of. I never said a word, and I wouldn't have, because she wasn't being annoying. She wasn't the person in this scenario here.
Yeah,
but she was very touched, very moved, and because of that, it was every 5 minutes or even, oh bless his heart, oh bless his heart. Oh, bless his, stuff like that. She was, you know what I mean? And she was just one of those people that talked out loud to herself.
Yeah.
And then she kept it was like, oh, there's Judas. There he is. Right. There's Judas. You always know what he's going to do. And I'll be honest. And again, it was very annoying. So I will say that sometimes I don't even think people have a lack of self-awareness or a vindictive, or there's no malice in their.
They just had no filter.
They just had no filter, and that's what that lady was. So therefore, I would have never told that lady to shut the F up or whatever this guy said. But these people were a little different.
That would have been a strong play in the Passion of the Christ.
It would have been, yes. Which goes to one of my favorite lines ever from somebody we were with walking out to the car, and that was, man, Jesus sure fell down a lot in that movie.
Oh man.
Which yeah, but anyway, this is different though. Think about what this lady was doing. Like they come in 40 minutes late. They're cranking their wrappers for 50
40 minutes is a long time to be
It
late.
is a long time. You've missed half the movie.
That's
She's crankling her papers or her wrappers. She's talking out loud, and she's loudly making out with her boy. I'm sorry. I don't think this lady deserves a break. I don't think this lady deserves grace.
Why would she? So yeah, Jim beat me to the punch there. I was about ready to say, I don't know if it's lack of self-awareness or people just don't care. So I guess now I think take 60% of the population, maybe a little more, and you divide that in half. Half have no self-awareness, and the other half don't care. The other half are the you can't tell me no people.
Well, and I think what Miss Wilson says is also in play here. They a lot of times they haven't been taught by their, which is what I said about my generation of parenting. They're failing. They haven't done their jobs, and then the next generation is even worse at that. But some of it also, I think, some common sense comes in. Again, I think in this situation, I mean, I don't know that you should have to teach your kid that, hey, when you are in a movie in a theater, you don't make out with the person you're with loudly. You don't talk out. Does that have to be taught? I never taught.
Rattle a box of milk duds like it's a maraca.
Right. I never taught my kids not to make out loudly in a theater.
Well, but your kids were never allowed to do whatever the crap they wanted to do either.
Right.
It all goes back to that. If I'm always allowed to do whatever I want to do and no one ever corrects me, that's why a lot of times they'll have problems in school, because school will actually ask you to do things that you don't want to do. And no one has ever told these kids to do things that they don't want to do outside of school. And all of a sudden it's the school's brand. Here I'm getting on my soapbox again.
Yep.
So
Soapbox.
expected behavior, there is no expected behavior outside of school anymore. Where else in society is a kid expected to do anything?
Like
Kings Island.
in a queue.
Are they? Are they?
No.
I was joking.
Not from what I hear.
Right. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, and it's just like anything. I shared a post on Facebook, and thank God for Jerry Brooks. He's now not only being funny and telling funny stories, he's actually standing up and putting things out there that are true problems. And one of those things was, every time something needs done, it's thrown on the schools to do because the schools will do it.
Right. But isn't he retired now?
I don't know. He may be. Maybe
Right.
maybe he's got that retirement filter that I've.
Well, that's
got
what
now,
I was getting ready to
it's
say.
just-
The problem is though, is there's no soapbox or whatever to use while you're in the position. That's the sad thing.
That's true.
For fear of retribution or for fear of retaliation or whatever.
It's true. I mean, I'm getting my retirement money. They can't take it away from me anymore. So, hey, I'll tell you what's going on. But
So anyway, that last one is the only one that I'm going to deem him not the asshole. Could have he handled it a little better? I will say this: it takes a big person to admit they're wrong, and he did edit it and talk about how he should not have used that.
yeah, I applaud him for that.
Yeah, I mean, and so I think he had every right to. And another thing, people, if you're going to be 40 minutes late to a movie, go see the next one. Go do something else. If you want to make out, go to your car, find a back road, get a hotel, go home, whatever. I mean, it's not other people's duty to hear you fulfilling your date night desires at their expense.
Well, again, where does that fall? Lack of self-awareness, or I don't care, or a little bit of both?
And Celia, why are you not kissing me at movies? What's going on here? No loud making out at our movies.
Because you tell her she looks fine before she goes to the movie.
Shut up. I'm the one getting told to shut up.
All right. Always love the AITA topic.
Gives us a chance to get pithy sometimes.
I only did about half of them tonight, so we can bring it back here soon.
Yeah. All right. So our game of the evening.
You get a sucker.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, ready for this, guys? Since you guys complain about my juice box, look what I got.
Holy crap, an adult beverage.
Is that a bottle of Capri Sun?
It's Capri Sun, but it's a bottle.
What kind of sacrilege is that?
The world's going to stop. The meteor's going to hit tonight.
Tonight.
We'll see if it tastes the same.
You know, that does affect things.
Oh, it does.
I've told you my cousin's theory that a medium pizza is the best tasting pizza out there because of the ratio.
I don't remember you saying that.
Different.
Yeah, I have a cousin who swears by the fact that he only orders medium pizzas because he said they taste better than any other size pizza because it's the perfect ratio of toppings, crust,
That's interesting.
What have you.
I think it's worth doing a study on.
And I will say he's a very intelligent engineer mind person. So I've never done the study myself, but I usually go large.
I mean, for all the grants that people get for doing studies, I think that's worth one.
Right. What's the game? Sorry.
Poultry or ovum? Chicken or egg?
It's been a while.
Wow.
I mean, it could have been years since we played this.
At least a year. If not, dose.
All right. So just to remind everyone of how this is played, turn off comments, gentlemen.
Oh, do we need paper?
Yeah. I don't know that. I trust that you all will not change your answers midstream, I guess.
Yeah. I have paper. Oh, there's my pen. I'm good.
Kyle King rule in effect?
Kyle King rules always in effect. All right. So very simply, this game is I'm going to give two items to two things. Which came first? So hence the name of the game, chicken or egg. Okay. All right. For the first time in a while, we drew lots backstage. Todd, you will go first.
Boo.
All right. So this is for people of a certain age, and I think you both fit this, I believe. Okay. Now, Todd, you may correct me if I'm wrong here, but which came first? Fraggle Rock or Schoolhouse Rock? Fraggle Rock or Schoolhouse Rock?
I'm trying to remember the ins and outs of this game. I don't know if I want to say too much of my thought. You know what I mean? I don't want to. So what does Brady do here? It's just me, right? Brady doesn't get a.
Yeah, Brady does not get an answer.
Right, because I mean, if I'm not right, there's only one other answer.
Right.
So, I remember Fragile Rock pretty clearly. But one of the things that my memory gets a bit smeared is thinking about Fragile Rock and the Dark Crystal movie. I don't know why I put them together, but I do. I'm guessing that means they were out at about the same time. I'm guessing early 80s, early to mid 80s. And I think what was the other one?
Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock was earlier. So I'm going to say Schoolhouse Rock came first. I think that was 70s, mid 70s maybe.
Okay, Brady, just for the interest of you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay. The Fraggles, Doozers, and Gorgs all appeared on Fraggle Rock, the popular children's television series that aired in 1983. Another popular children's television series, I guess you'd call it a series, more of a series of shorts, I guess. Schoolhouse Rock featured songs that taught multiplication, tables, science, American history, and the like. It debuted a decade earlier in 1973.
Oh,
So, Schoolhouse Rock it is.
exercise your choppers when
I
you
should get-
choo.
Kyle King rule. I should get extra points because I damn near got the years pretty much smack dab.
Mm,
Fraggle Rock was on HBO. I always wanted to see it as a youth, but I
couldn't. Yeah. So, and that really is the main thing on that question. If you knew Fraggle Rock was on HBO, then HBO started in 1973. I don't know if you all knew that.
I
or
didn't
not.
know that. If I could toot my own horn a little bit, I
Yeah.
just looked it up. The Dark Crystal, 1982. Fraggle Rock was 1983. So I knew there was a connection there I made between these.
yeah.
There
I
we
bought
go.
a book, a Dark Crystal book at the book fair.
Dark Crystal, by the way, was directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz.
Frank Oz. Both of the Muppets.
They're not real.
Frank Oz also performed as Yoda in the Star Wars series, by the way.
He did.
Screw
All
them.
right. Why can't I find my scoreboard?
Scarebeard.
Scarebeard.
Lou Austin.
I could keep it if you need to, in case you can't find it.
I thought it was under text, but I don't see it. Don't know why it would have been.
Uh,
Let me just create another one here.
He's creating.
I'm creating. There.
There we go.
All right. Brady, I think I can give this one to you because I think you're of the age.
Okay.
Which came first? The movie Shampoo or the movie Car Wash?
I'm really not making this up. I believe Warren Beatty was in the movie Shampoo. And I remember there was something about it that is one of the movies, and I didn't know anything about it. I was too young, but my mother would not let me watch it when it was on a primetime movie. She said, "You're too young to watch that." It's like, well, Mom, everybody in the sophomore class. No, I'm kidding. So, no, I mean, I was little. So,
Hyperbole.
Yeah.
So, there was Shampoo, and what was it? Car Wash.
Car
Car
Wash.
Wash would have been disco era. I think Shampoo came first.
Okay. The movie Shampoo features Warren Beatty as a playboy who gets involved in some crazy escapades in Beverly Hills. The movie came out in 1975. Car Wash. Who sang Car Wash? Anybody? Anybody?
Wash?
Was it the hang
The
on a
Ohio
minute.
players.
No.
Earth, Wind, and
Working
Fire.
at the car wash.
I know the song.
I don't know.
Georgia.
Rolls Royce.
Rares, rares.
Rolls
Right,
Royce.
right,
Rares, rares. I don't think you can even put that to. That's the only words in history that we can't put that to. Rares, rares.
Rolls Royce. All right.
You sound like the Swedish chef.
Car Wash involves some crazy escapades in a more urban part of Los Angeles. The movie Car Wash came out a year later in 1976.
Yeah.
Closer than you thought, though.
Closer than I thought. I thought the Car Wash would have been like 78.
Gear wash.
Yeah,
We look at. Well, we got some comments here. So James said
let's see.
Schoolhouse, shampoo. He had the Rolls Royce. Did he have it before you said it? That was John. John Esper.
But not Rolls Royce, Rose Royce.
Oh, Rose Royce.
Oh, I thought you were
Rose
saying,
Royce.
yeah.
So not like the car.
Not like the car.
Okay.
A play on words.
A play
of the
on
car.
words.
Yes.
Right. But so did James. He said Schoolhouse. Okay, he's gotten them both right so far.
Yeah.
All right. Not that I'm surprised.
All
James.
right. Turn the comments back on.
All right. Tied at 1.
I did, yep.
We're playing to 10.
Oh.
Win by 2.
Kyle
All right,
King.
Todd. Kyle King rule. Which came first? Outlaw bikers or motorcycle cops?
Well, if you go on no knowledge, which I typically do, you would think that motorcycle cops would have been put in place to remedy outlaw gangs. However,
I didn't see Ponch and John going after too many outlaw biker gangs, but
but I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I get your line of thinking.
however, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip the switch and go
Flip it
against the
good.
grain. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say that bicycle police, or not bicycle, motorcycle police came first.
Okay. Brady, what do you think? You agree or disagree? Todd, I forgot to give you that option last time when Brady had his question. Just for funds.
Let's see. I think the cops came first because it's inexpensive transportation, especially in urban areas, but it didn't get as cachet as like Rebel Without a Cause and that kind of thing until the 50s. But I think I did it too. Motorcycle cops probably started about the 30s or the 40s. I would go with cops.
Okay. And Todd, you said cops as well, right?
Yep.
Good. Outlaw motorcycle gangs first appeared in the United States in the late 1940s. World War II veterans that were unable to adjust back into civilian life bonded together for fun, friendship, and some fighting. The epitome of the outlaw biker counterculture was the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. The club was formed in 1948 in Fontana, California.
Man.
The motorcycle squad featuring motorcycle cops was formed in New York by Police Commissioner Waldo Rhinelander in, get this, 1911.
Wow.
Police department was finding it difficult to apprehend speeders through the bicycle squad. By 1916, the NYPD had 260 motorcycles.
Jeez.
See, I
How
was
about
going to
that?
say,
The nips.
well, I was going to say, because like you would go from footed police and mounted police, the next logical step would be motorcycle. You know what I mean? Like to try to cover more
Do you
ground.
think the 1911 bicycle or motorcycle where it had the one small wheel in the back and the giant one in the front kind of thing that you always see in like Wendy's tables back in the day?
Yeah.
I wonder what motorcycles looked like back in 1911. So
I
I got
know.
my point.
You did. All right, Brady.
All right.
What came first? Olive oil, not the Popeye character, actual olive oil, or red wine vinegar? Red wine.
Red wine made me feel so fine. Keep me rocking all of the
Good
time.
time.
Red
Um,
wine made me feel so fine.
I want to go see UB40. They're coming to like PNC Pavilion or something. I like UB40. Anyway,
You'd be 55.
Let's see. All right, so let me talk my way through this. Olive oil I don't think it was pressed into cooking oil back in the day because people ate them. Red wine vinegar came accidentally, probably by people not, fermenting it correctly. And I think that happened easier. And I don't think there was a market for olive oil until later. I'm talking out of my anus here, by the way. I'm just like, So I am going to say red wine vinegar came first.
Red wine, go to my head. Make me forget that I still need her so. Red wine, it's up to you. All I can do, all I've done. Memories won't get. That's just terrible writing. That is a terribly written song.
The rap was not in the original, I do not believe.
Yeah.
Todd, agree or disagree that red wine vinegar came first?
I agree.
Okay.
Let's see what the chat says.
Archaeologists discovered an olive oil factory on what is now submerged land off of Israel's northern coast.
Mm-hmm.
Many pieces of olive oil production equipment were discovered. The factory is believed to have existed around 4500 BCE.
Jeez.
The word vinegar comes from the French vinaigre, meaning sour wine. Wine and beer all turn to vinegar when airborne bacteria convert the alcohol into an acidic acid. Red wine vinegar can be traced back to the Sumerian civilization dating back to 3500 BCE. So olive oil came first.
Olive oil.
And yes, Celia, olive oil was in the Bible.
So was Popeye. So, C is right that Red Wine is a remake. Without looking it up, do you know who originally did Red Wine?
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the rap part was not in his version of it.
No. All right, Todd, you have a chance to go up 2 here.
Yeah.
Which came first? Sundial or calendar?
Calendar. Not the calendar we use now, but the calendar.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Brady?
I would like to steal because I think they figured out 24 hours how that worked before 365 days or a lunar calendar. I say sundial.
Okay. The sundial is the oldest known instrument for measuring time.
However,
an early sundial from the Egyptians dates back to 1500 BCE.
But
prior to that, earlier civilizations, 5000 to 3500 BCE, used a device called the Norman, but it's got a silent G at the beginning.
The Gnorman?
Gnorman, which was a stick that cast a shadow. Egyptian calendars based on the solar year were established around 3000 BCE. A calendar, however, was discovered in 1940 in the caves of Lascaux, France. France?
What the hell? That's what they said when they found it.
That's what your professor said.
Exactly.
Featuring drawings representing phases of the moon. They indicate knowledge of the lunar calendar and are believed to have been painted around 15,000 BCE. So the calendar came first.
Bull crap.
Brady.
I knew that.
I will never forget the Lascaux cave paintings because my professor, Dr. Morgenstern at Ohio State for art history,
Rhoda Morgenstern.
as you see, the loincloth is blowing. It's blowing. It's showing motion. It's blowing. And he was so excited about it.
Bottom line, I'm up dose.
Dose. All right, Brady.
Yeah.
Who came first? What came first? Titanic or Hindenburg?
I believe it was the Titanic. Yes, it was the Titanic.
Okay.
The
Todd?
Hindenburg was the 20s, and I think the Titanic was the teens.
Titanic was 19 and 12. Hindenburg,
Oh, the humanity.
I think, was later, but I do know the Titanic was 1912.
Okay. We've all heard or seen stories about the two significant disasters of the 20th century. Which came first? On April 14th, 1912, the great ship Titanic sank on its maiden voyage after hitting the iceberg, which is incorrect. It sank on the 15th.
Right.
It hit the iceberg on the 14th.
Right.
I digress. The Hindenburg, a German Zeppelin, a Led Zeppelin, if you will, caught fire and burned in less than a minute on May 6th, 1937,
Okay. It's later than I thought it was.
25 years later. So, yeah.
What was the show on TV that people went back in time for, like, the?
Quantum
Well,
Leap.
No, I remember it was more recent.
I know
One
I know
episode
the one
they
you're
went back
talking
to.
about.
They went back to the Hindenburg. It was
Can't remember the name of the show, but
good.
all right, 3-2. Todd,
Hang on. James got that one. But he did not get the calendar.
all right, Todd. As I'm remembering the scoring in this game, there is an agree-disagree thing with the other player.
The Kyle
If-
King rule.
If the answers match up, then the other person doesn't get a point. But if they do not match and the opponent is correct, then the opponent gets a point. But we've already started the other way. So
we can go back to that. We can go to that, though.
you want to start that now?
Yeah.
Start it
Midstream.
now.
Right.
All right.
No ex post facto, but we will. do it from
Matter
here
of
on
fact, that literally might be the Kyle King rule.
It could
out.
be.
It might be.
All right, Todd, which came first? Downhill skiing or cross-country skiing?
Well, you would think that people got the idea that I can go downhill on skis fairly easily. But going straight on skis takes a lot more commitment, hard work, dedication. However, the need for cross country skiing as not a sport, as just a everyday necessity to get from point A to point B would have been before downhill skiing for leisure.
A mode of transportation, if you will.
Right. So I'm going to say cross country skiing.
Okay. Brady?
I agree. It goes back to George Carlin. Swimming's not a sport. Swimming is a way to keep from drowning.
True. All right. So I propose scoring wise here. If the person gets their question correct and the other person agrees and it is also correct, the question receiver should get 2 points and the agreeer should get 1.
Okay.
However,
Alright.
The Kyle King rule times 2.
Yeah.
This is the
However, if the question receiver gets it wrong and the person disagrees, they only get 1 point. And the question
Sounds good.
receiver gets 0.
okay.
Sounds good.
All right, you're the game master.
Makes sense.
I'm looking at the. I'm
We've
looking at the
just defined the Kyle King rule.
We did. Miss Wilson says sliders. Is she? I'm assuming
Sliders. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be it.
right. And then Celia says
I was thinking jumpers.
La Brea.
La Brea Tar Pits.
What the hell are we talking about here, people? James says cross country.
All right. Before skiing was done for fun,
Ooh,
it was done for work and transportation.
exactly.
The oldest known ski is a wide, short one found in Sweden that is 4,500 years old. Skis were not built for speed, but rather were designed to keep the skier.
The old
On
saying, "Wide and short, it's not a sport."
Could be preferential in some cases.
Oh, so I see what they're finding. I'm sorry, Miss Wilson, to see you. So Miss Wilson's asking if the show is sliders, right?
Yes.
And C is asking if La Brea is the show. Sliders sounds right, maybe.
Sliders was a show about people going back in time. I
Yeah.
don't remember La Brea. I remember seeing it advertised and thought, hey, I might like that, but I never watched it.
I thought La Brea was what those people put in the front of their Fieros when they drove them back in the day.
That's La Brea.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Skis are not built for speed, but rather to keep the skier on top of the snow. The people of Telemark, Norway, have been credited with developing skiing into a sport in the 1700s.
Oh, wow.
And Norwegians.
Downhill skiing evolved from cross-country skiing. The first alpine competition, a primitive downhill event, took place in the 1850s. So cross-country skiing did indeed come first. So Brady, I believe you agreed, correct?
I did.
So Brady gets a point. Todd gets 2 points,
Yeah.
which gives Todd a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if either show. I think it might be sliders.
I know Sliders is about people going back in time.
I just remember watching an episode where it was the Hindenburg. That's the only way I'll know is if I read there was one about the Hindenburg. All right.
All right, Brady.
Yes.
Comments off. Chat off.
On the same note, sports. Which came first? Surfing or snowboarding?
All right. I think snowboarding was an iteration to turn skateboarding and surfing into a winter sport. The Polynesians had been doing surfing for a long time. So I'm going to go with surfing.
I love their sauce.
So I'm going surfing.
Okay. Todd, agree or disagree?
I mean, the ocean's been around a long time.
I gather that snow has been as well.
Snow has been as well. So you really can't. It's a tie there. Didn't we used to have a thing where like the best explanation got a point or something like? What was that game?
That's a different game.
Man, it's tough because on one hand, I could almost tie snowboarding into what we talked about with cross country skiing.
Like Sven just put down one board because he couldn't afford two.
Right, Sven.
But
I mean that ocean. I mean,
what about Ole?
I mean, people have been wanting to ride the gnarly waves ever since they saw them. I just picture a bunch of Spicolis out there in the early days. Gosh, I got to agree.
So surfing
USA.
Lieutenant James King of Captain Cook's expedition to Hawaii recorded the first sightings of Hawaiians lying down or standing on oval wooden planks on top of the surf in 1779. Hawaiian chiefs demonstrated their mastery by their skill on the surf. Surfing definitively influenced snowboarding. Snowboarding's roots can be traced back to the 1920s when children took parts of barrels and rode them down the hills.
So kids invented it.
Vermont has been the center of development for this new sport, hosting the first competitions in the 1970s and 80s. So surfing by a long shot.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it took a little while for people to realize that, hey, I should go flop around in the snow and the cold. You know what I mean? It's a much easier. What do you want to call it? You can convince someone to get out in the water in the warm weather and stuff like that in the sun.
I don't know, man.
You can.
Just think about it. Italy had waves. China had waves. Japan, but only the islanders jumped into it.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
All right. Score 6-5. Todd's still ahead. Todd?
Did I get a point there? Did we?
You did get a point. It was 5-3. Brady got 2. You got 1.
Nice.
Which came first? Ice cream cone or ice cream scoop?
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's an
Please
average
do.
IQ. An average IQ would make you think you got to have a scoop before you can put it in a cone. However, I think that's where they get you. That's where they get you.
That's where they get you.
That's where they get you. So what I picture is this. I picture you have ice cream in a vat or a bucket, whatever you want to call it, a cylinder, a hole, whatever you want to call it. You have a shape with ice cream in it. And you're scooping that ice cream out. And the first thought is, what can I do with this ice cream scoop? You don't just put it in somebody's hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. So I think they probably were thinking about, hey, we have to make something to put this ice cream in. How about something crunchy, something steady, sturdy, something hollow, so the ice cream can fit into it, and you got to make it edible. No mess. I think they thought of all of that before they thought we can just scoop it into a cup. You can just order an ice cream scoop in a cup. So I'm going to say ice cream cone.
Okay, hold on. I don't know if I'm affecting the game here, but ice cream scoop meaning the mechanism to
Scooper?
The scooper.
Oh.
Not the actual ball of ice cream.
Well, that changes everything. I see what you're saying now. The scooper.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go cone. Because I think before they realized, hey, I can shape an apparatus to scoop it out to put into the cone, they probably were doing all kinds of oblong and awkward sticks of, you know what I'm saying, like makeshift knives, putty knives. I'm betting putty knives were used a lot.
Okay.
Hands. There's their hands, just scooping out with their hands.
Oh, imagine the stickiness of that.
Oh, yeah. But that was back when they had like one flavor, and it was ass. I mean, there was no good. It was like, it was just like, I don't know, something like
flavor of the month of UDS.
sap. It was just like honeysuckle or something flavor. It was just like honeycomb flavor ice cream. They had one flavor. I'm still going cone.
All right. Todd says cone. Brady, do you agree or disagree?
Todd, that was an incredible answer. However, in third grade, in one of those paper weekly readers. Is made out of like birdcage liner thing. I remember reading that the ice cream cone was an accidental invention in the World's Fair when they ran out of dishes. So they folded up a Belgian or French waffle and
Raffle.
put ice cream in it. It's like, hey, you could eat the dish, but I think
Eat that dish.
But if they scoop that with bone, leave it alone. And so, because on the cave in Lascaux, you know, where they showed the calendar and everything,
Eric's broken. Eric is broken.
They used a bison bone to scoop out early at American bison farmers back in the BC. No, I'm kidding. So, but no, the cone was an accidental stroke of genius, and it might have been the Chicago World's Fair. I don't remember which one, but I go with the scoop had to come first. The cone came later.
Okay, so Brady disagrees.
I do.
Paper or metal cones were used for serving ice cream in France, Germany, and Britain in the late 19th century. The first written reference to an edible cone is found in a cookbook dated 1888. The invention of the first ice cream scoop has been attributed to William Clewell in 1878. Henceforth, the ice cream scoop came first.
But not by
Baloney.
much. Which Brady should lose points because his whole explanation sucked. It was not right at all. Like,
What World's Fair was the ice cream cone invented? 1904 in the St. Louis World's Fair.
see, but he's saying it goes back before that.
It's in a cookbook in 1888.
You can argue the cookbook, Brady.
Are you
Syrian
taking,
waffles?
you
I
take-
didn't get the country of ancestry wrong.
you taking the viability of the weekly reader
Oh yeah,
or the
yes,
chicken
I
or
am.
egg?
Like I said, you know that there was some Neanderthal using a bone to scoop out the ice cream in the freezer.
But I assume it was one of those deals where people were doing it 20 or 30 years before somebody actually thought people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
hey, I invented this at the World's Fair by folding up a cone or folding up a waffle, but people were already doing it. You know,
folding the waffle.
Sounds like a euphemism.
right? Definitely happens at fairs.
All right. And just like that,
Boo.
it's 6-6.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. You got a point. Todd got
Oh
0.
yeah, that's right. It was mine. Okay, never mind. I thought he got 2.
Now this one's yours.
Yorn.
Which came first? The birth of Walt Disney or Winnie the Pooh?
Winford the Poop.
I thought it'd be Winston. Winston the Feast. All right. I know that
Wilford.
Excuse me.
Wilford the Shite.
Okay. I think we associate Winston with the Disney cartoon, but I think the book predates it. But I think it predates. Oh, man, if Walt Disney got big in the 30s, 40s, I'm still going with Pooh. Pooh came first.
When in doubt, go with Pooh.
Todd?
I want to say wasn't Pooh a was it Hanna-Barbera? or no, it was it wasn't Aesop. Who was the crap? Who was the person? Who was the person that most of the Disney characters came from? I agree with Brady. I think
You
it was
agree that
Pooh,
Pooh came
but I
first?
can't think of who the person I'm talking about. Were a lot because Disney like stole characters. Like they were already literary
Characters.
characters.
All right. Walt Disney was born December 5th, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. Walt Disney created a number of featurettes about Winnie the Pooh and his friends, which became one of the company's most successful franchises. Winnie the Pooh first appeared in author A.A. Milne's book called Winnie the Pooh in 1926.
Damn.
So Walt Disney was born first.
Neither one of us gets points.
Nope.
Huh.
Was it Grimm?
See,
Was it the Brothers Grimm?
Brothers Grimm.
Is that what you said, Eric?
No, A.A. Milne.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. See, because I'm thinking of the movie because like the book looks old. You know, when they're opening the book and it looks old, so that's what I.
Yeah.
Just seems like old to me.
All right.
Bring it. Bring
Todd.
it.
Which came first? Metropolis or Gotham City?
So Gotham City's Batman. Metropolis is Superman, right?
Correct.
So I'm just, and I want to say Superman. So Metropolis.
Okay. Brady?
I think Batman Detective is from a detective series of comic book, and I think Batman predated Superman.
So you're saying Gotham City came first.
Yes.
Okay.
And real quick, Celia, no, your grandma is not older than Walt Disney. Just so you know. But you look great. You look better than fine, sweetie. He was born in 1901. So in 2001, in 2001, he'd have been 100. Your grandma just turned 100 in 2025.
Sounds like she's 125 years old.
Right. But you look great.
Some have said that Metropolis is New York above 14th Street and Gotham City is New York below 14th Street. I never heard that before.
I've always heard that Metropolis was New York and Gotham is Chicago.
But New York is a nickname for New York is Gotham.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway. The original artist of the Superman comic modeled the Metropolis skyline after the Toronto skyline.
Ah.
It was first mentioned by name in Action Comics W16 in 1939. Batman's hometown, Gotham City, was first mentioned in Detective Comics. What is that? II-48 in 1941. So Metropolis came first.
I thought I've read that Batman was actually in the 30s, early 30s. But you know what? The city, not the character.
Right.
Correct.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking like a couple cats, a couple happy cats.
All right. Brady,
Yes.
which came first? Spaghetti,
Paschetti.
Paschetti, or meatballs?
So taking that greenery and chopping it into little, shaping it into little rods would have to take some engineering. But any schlep could reach into a thing of meat and pull out an orb.
Well, you don't pull out an orb. You got to shape an orb. It doesn't
Well, it
come in
depends on what
orbs.
you're pulling out.
Well, I mean, you gotta
Some engineering involved there too.
you gotta grease them up and shape them.
I'm saying there could be meat that is already a ball that doesn't need shaping, is what I'm saying.
Not that perfectly round though.
So, I know that, yes, the definition of a meatball is padded, and even a Rocky Mountain oyster,
Sheep balls.
yeah. And we think of a meatball having sauce, and I don't think there's any Rocky Mountain oyster moisture. So I'm gonna go with the meatball.
Meatball. Todd?
I'm going to disagree, Jim, because I don't think there would have been any reason to have a ball of meat before spaghetti. Are you talking, Brady? Do you think people just ate it with their like a snow cone, just ate it in their hands, or like
an apple?
What would be the reason?
I
for a
have an
ball of meat?
explanation, but I need to have your answer first. And
I said I disagree. I said I disagree.
Okay. So here's why. You're assuming meatball and spaghetti, but those Swedes make meatballs too.
Right, but I'm saying like
They're
what,
at IKEA, and I think that but the Swedes do not have pasta. They just eat Swedish
Balls?
meatballs. So,
Right.
and they were roughing it up there in the Viking country before there was pasta.
but I don't
That's
think
what I'm basing it
but
on.
I don't think they would have taken the time to shape it into balls, is what I'm saying. I mean, a ball takes shaping.
But once again, you're assuming that they shaped it into that ball, that it wasn't a pre-existing ball.
But even then, they would have mashed it before they thought to shape it back into the ball. They would have taken whatever shape it was. They would have mashed it into some sort of flat cake, like they would have,
into a Patricia or a ball.
or just shredded it. I think the ball was purposefully. I don't know the difference. Made to sat on top of a pile of something. Noodles. Something.
See, if they were engineering for that, it should have been a meat trapezoid, because then it wouldn't roll off the top.
But I'm saying, I get what you're saying, but I think your argument is more like there was meat before there was pasta. I would agree, obviously, with that. But I'm saying, to actually take the time, because they would have been so hungry in the days they just would have pulled meat off whatever source it was, put a little fire on it, and eaten it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been shaping it into a ball. I think the idea of shaping into a ball was very, very purposeful.
And you've got to ground the meat up to shape it into a ball.
Right. You can't shape ungrounded meat.
Unless it's already a ball.
But see, you're too hung up on the testicles. You're too caught up in testicle land here. I mean, I'm going Paschetti.
Paschetti.
In some form or another.
Okay, pasta made from hard wheat with water and salt added to it.
Wheat.
That's cooked by boiling has existed in some form since the Roman Empire. One source indicated that a form of pasta shaped into long strands was made in Sicily in the year 1154.
Sicily, 1154. That sounds like what's her name from the Golden
Sophia.
Girls? Sophia.
Picture this.
It is generally believed, however, that very thin noodles weren't introduced until the 19th century when more sophisticated machines were created. Different versions of meatballs, ground meat mixed with a cereal/spice filler, appeared in Sweden and Arab countries several hundred years ago. A recipe featuring the Swedish word for meatball appeared in print in a 1754 cookbook. Meatballs came first before Pescetti.
Wow. I think that's a loose definition of meatballs, if you ask me.
It's a loose meat definition.
That's a Roseanne Barr version of meatballs. Loose meatballs.
All right. 8-8.
We could technically be in the Bairn.
Yes.
We're both in the Bairn. Oh, we gotta turn the chat off. Sorry. By the way, Celia and James both thought it was spaghetti as well. See, guys, we sorry to steer you wrong there.
All right. Todd, which came first? Ballpoint pen or mechanical pencil?
You got your quill and ink and your ballpoint pen. Your mechanical pencil would have come after lead was found to be not good. So it would have been after they stopped using real lead in pencils.
Got no lead in your pencil.
Got no ball in your point. I'm going ballpoint pens came before mechanical pencils.
Okay. Brady?
It had to be a contrarian because the mechanical, we used quills and feathers before the ballpoint pen came along. That took some engineering. It all comes down to a ball again. So you had to be able to manufacture that thing into a, and roll the ink in a little plastic tube. But I think some sort of mechanical pencil where they could have taken a charcoal of some kind and put it in a wood casing and pushed it up for artists and things like that. I just kind of think that came first.
But let me clarify here. We're not saying the ballpoint pen or the pencil. The mechanical pencil.
Yeah, where they put it in some kind of sheathing. They didn't have to want to whittle it. So I think it'd be easier to crank up a charcoal into ready position than to manufacture a ball.
You got to crank a coal if you want to write properly.
So I'm gonna go I'm gonna go with a mechanical pencil.
Okay. The Biro pen was the first manufactured ballpoint pen, which was patented in 1943. It could only be used at certain angles, however, and it leaked. Milton Reynolds copied the design and made some improvements, leading to Gimbel's store selling the pens and to Reynolds becoming quite wealthy. The first mechanical pencil was the Eversharp pencil, invented in Japan in 1915 by Heiwakawa Tokajoy.
Aye.
Bullshit. It didn't go popular. It wasn't popular though.
His company made other metalworks and became known as the Sharp Company, the electronics manufacturer we know today.
More like Shart.
Shart. Ooh. I believe
I've got that barn door a little bit open, cracked a little bit.
Brady, your barn door's open.
9-8. Brady?
See.
Which came first? Vinyl or polyester?
I think I'm going vinyl, Bob, because I know that Okay. Hot wax was used in records, but polyester seems to be a 70s, late 60s, 70s thing. And I think vinyl existed before that. I'm going to go vinyl, Bob.
Okay. Todd?
Well, there's two ways of thinking here. Number one is agreeing with him gets me nothing if he's right. Disagreeing gets me neck and neck. I have to disagree. Just
But what's the truth?
strategically. But I also think I'm going to disagree, and I think I have a good argument in that Brady is basing it all on vinyl records. If we're talking about clothing, which polyester you automatically associate with clothing, but there could, I mean, I don't know. There could have been other uses before clothing. It might be there may be a whole history of polyester uses before clothing. If we're talking strictly,
I think that polyester was a woman's name. I used to think it was named after the woman that wore it.
like Esther Price. I'm going polyester.
Okay. Waldo Simon invented PVC or vinyl while trying to develop a synthetic rubber for the B.F. Goodrich Company in 1929. When the stock market crashed, Simon was forced to come up with a practical application of the substance in his development work, or his development work would be scrapped. While watching his wife sew curtains, he got an idea, and the waterproof PVC coated vinyl shower curtain was invented. We have two British chemists to thank for their hand in the development of the leisure suit.
Said nothing about albums. Nothing about vinyl albums.
They invented polyester and produced the first polyester fabric called Tyroline in the year 1941. Vinyl came first.
Nice. I had to disagree, though. I gained nothing by agreeing with him.
Yeah.
Strategically, you're correct.
Yeah. Good gain.
Good game. Good game.
Right down to the war.
Yep.
Neck and neck. Meatball and meatball.
All right. Good show, gentlemen.
Good show. Good show.
James said vinyl. Celia said polyester used by military first. I know nylon was. I thought I had another use for it, but I was wrong.
I was thinking of vinyl clothing. I don't think anybody wore vinyl pants. That sounds
No, that'd be extremely uncomfortable.
uncomfortable, right?
Much more so than polyester, which is
I'm
uncomfortable in its own right.
I'm sure they wore them during the breakdancing craze.
Yeah, like parachute pants. What were those made out of?
I'm gonna look up vinyl pants.
Space age materials.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
they do a lot of like the leather, like the shiny leather pants and stuff are vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good show.
Good show.
That concludes episode 206 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Look for it on our platforms. I got to get up to date on uploading those to Spotify, but look for some reels. We may make some reels out of this. I got another one to release from episode 205, so look for that one as well. And join us next week. I don't think we've settled on a day just yet, but we'll put a message out there when we do. Anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen?
Nope.
Gentlemen.
All right. Take us out.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time